so much water, it ends up kind of canceling itself out.
Hey,
We're back on that.
You proved that you shot white
well, we
armor
could
5
definitely
times.
reduce the amount of tanks that we
Yeah,
have.
okay, that would be pretty.
Tie them up to one
All
bigger
right.
wagon. Have like maybe 3 tanks pulling a big wagon. Like maybe three.
The wagons come in one. The tank wagons come in 1 and 2,000 pound increments, and have 1 or 2 tanks. So I don't think the tank wagons come in like 3 or 4 varieties. So, but we could get away with instead of, we could go with, let's say, 4 tanks that have 2,000 pound wagons. Then we have 4,000 pounds of ability to haul stuff. But just the tanks by themselves is still 16 gallons of water a day plus forage. So if we go somewhere dry, we can't count on them just eating the grass as they walk. We have to actually like bring forage with us.
Did I lose you guys?
Nah, we're here.
No,
I'm setting something up. Hold on.
Okay. I heard somebody leave the Discord call, and I was like, "Oh crap, was that me?" So I'm thinking with Vin's stealth, could send him in and see what's what.
mm,
And since I've been spending so much time with Vin, I believe I have like 3 commands I can give, which I've chosen to be armor, attack, scout.
mm.
Nobody opposed?
What's that?
He wants to
Nobody
scout.
opposed to it?
Scouting sounds like a good idea.
We're scouting what?
The dungeon.
Well, don't we have to go in the dungeon
You're there.
before we can scout it?
I'll read the
Yeah.
description off in a second. I'm still setting stuff up. Where is the size tool? Here it is. All right. So, hmm. So let's see. That's 40. 40 from here to here. This scaling is going to be microscopic. See if this works.
I'm connecting to the game. Can you guys hear me well now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure the settings were not changed after the update. Thank you.
All right, I think that did it. Everybody's figurine should be microscopic now.
Oh my God. What happened to my peoples?
They are very small. Very, very small.
How small is this thing?
This is a big dungeon.
Holy cow.
All right,
We
so
found the lost city of El Dorado.
a geographical clue on an antique dwarven object points to a desolate and wild region of the Athasian desert, where you find a cave entrance And within that cave entrance, there is a staircase which descends deep below into the bedrock, into the very sandstone in the earth. Down below, you're going to find a door, and the door is currently in disrepair. It's been broken. There's a large hole in the lower section of the door that causes it to not really put up much resistance if you need to break on through to the other side.
Break on. Sorry,
Well, I'll give,
I really couldn't help it.
I know. It was intentional. So,
I'll give the scout.
So we have to break it. It's that broken.
well,
Oh, there's a door.
if you want to, you can just climb. You can crawl through the hole. Like I said, there's a nearly medium-sized hole in the lower half of the door. It looks as if something chewed its way into this dungeon through the wooden door.
Oh, that's promising.
Yeah,
I
I'll give.
I asked. Maybe we should ask Daggermaw to check it out. She's got good senses.
Finn can go with, since Finn can see in the dark.
Your snake, right, Vin?
Yes.
All right.
All right, send Vin in.
Vin can't report much, but Vin can slither into the room.
How big is this map?
Gigantic.
Huge.
Huge. My characters? Alright, sweet.
And
I don't know. This might be overkill. Maybe I should make those divided squares. All right, hold on. I'm gonna change this.
Give me a few minutes to get on my computer.
Yeah, no problem. You've got time. Let's see. If that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right, so let's say each of these is a 5-foot square with a subdivision with tiles. So there's like 4 tiles per 5-foot section.
Okay, so the bigger squares are the actual squares.
The bigger squares are the actual squares, yes.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah. It's also a little easier to see everything now that people are not microscopic anymore.
Does Vin come back and report anything, or is he just gone?
Vin goes into the room. He looks around, and he's going to see... Let's see. It looks like a tomb filled with mummified bodies placed in recesses in the walls. There's an altar in the center covered in runes. It's got a low ceiling, which is arched with chandeliers that hang from the center. So Vin looks around a little bit, doesn't see any creatures or anything to worry about, and slithers back to return to Traxxas. I guess that's an indication that it's safe in there.
well, scout command is to check around. I mean, I'll be using my sacred capital spell to get details of the scout command. Basically, go in, see if there's anything there. If there's anything dangerous, come back immediately.
Yep, that's what happened. It seems safe.
Yep. So I tell this to the party. Well, there seems to be a lot of remains there.
Well,
So as long as we don't disturb them, we'll be fine.
well, since it's a tomb, Brent says like we should be careful for traps. Daggermaw and I can scout ahead for traps. We've had experience with things like this before.
I'm with you. I can see very darkness would be our friend in this endeavor.
I can't hear you.
I said Traxxas will volunteer to go with you since they can see well in the dark and can alert you to anything just in case. And darkness would be our friend. I do have that pass without a trace ring that I could do. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll give you the wooden ring that I made, pass without a trace.
What I really need is I need a light cantrip. That's what I need.
Or a torch. A torch would work.
Yeah, and since it's mummified remains, they'd be susceptible to fire.
I did say there was a chandelier hanging from the roof. It's got candles. You could take one of the candles from it if
Yeah.
you can get up there.
Well, Brenta's gonna has that. She's gonna dig into Daggermaw's saddlebags and grab that blue crystal and bronze lamp.
Okay.
And light it. So Brenta's got a lamp in her offhand.
Okay, I'm on my computer.
Nice.
I knew I had a light source somewhere in my equipment.
Do you still want to take the pass without a trace ring? You would have to-
Sure. I'll borrow your ring and
Do you have to attune to it though?
I don't know. DM is the ring.
I have a cantrip though. I cast produce flame and I chuck it at the candles and light them up.
Okay. Once
Turn the chandelier on.
once the chandelier is ignited, the room is basked in sort of a oily yellow light.
Daggermaw, I'm gonna ask Daggermaw to see if she detects anything dangerous in the room. So like traps type of thing.
Daggermaw needs to roll a investigate somewhere, I guess.
Wouldn't it be perception?
Well, perception isn't always going to find a trap. Unless it's an
Oh,
obvious
investigate.
surface trap.
What was the name of that?
Well,
Yes,
investigate, both of us suck at.
Perception will spot an obvious hazard, like a pool of lava or acid or like a sword of Damocles hanging from the ceiling, an obvious tripwire. A perception check might find something like that. However, usually an investigate in 4 or 5 foot squares is your careful, slow process of covering territory without hitting traps.
All right. Well, Daggermaw's only got a 2 to that, and that's still more than what Brenta has. Anybody have better than 2 as an investigate modifier?
What ability score is investigate under?
That's intelligence.
Intelligence.
Yep.
The only reason that Daggermaw even has a +2 is because she gets to add my proficiency bonus to any skill check she does. So she's effectively proficient in all skills.
So basically, like, what I'd like for any investigate for traps, just like do a little box. Say, I'm gonna check these 4 5-foot squares and see if there's a trap in any of these. You could say, Daggermaw, look for traps, and then it would go, trap, 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 trap. Nope, no traps.
All right. Well, yeah. How about we do the exactly what you did from one door to the next?
Okay. So
I do
Daggermaw
have a long.
arrives at the other door, which has a similar hole
Wow.
in the bottom half of it.
So Daggermaw is apparently on point today.
So whatever came in through that first door also went out through this second door in the bottom part of this room.
Does she see anything, find anything with a 22 on investigation?
There's a hallway here. And then it looks like it's got a couple side passages.
Well, I guess we're going to go slow and steady. And I guess keep,
So same process, Daggermaw checking for traps all down the hall.
yeah, and then Brent's falling behind her.
All right, so the first roll
So
here.
this next one's much less.
No
Next one's
traps.
very low.
All right. Still no
And I guess
effects.
all right, next one. 9.
9. All right. So half of your distance will get you here. From here, Daggermaw can see into this side passage a little bit better.
I kind of wave behind me, kind of, like, hey guys, come on, follow. Are you guys coming with? Or are you guys still investigating the mummy room?
A mummy room. I don't like that.
Yeah, I would. I'll look around. Well, we should make sure that the entire room is safe first.
I assume
Don't
everybody
want-
here's
Well-
played Skyrim. Just imagine you're in one of the halls that has Draugr in little indents into the walls. So there's a couple bodies stacked in every 5-foot section of wall, and all of them are mummified. They're sort of the preserved dead bodies of dwarves. There's quite a few of them.
Can I do a turn on dead?
You could. Although none of them have moved yet.
Yeah, so
Yes.
how does that work? Is it like an area, an effect, or is it like a target?
I think it's any undead that can see your holy symbol within 30 feet.
Yeah,
Something
an
like that.
action, you present your holy symbol and speak the prayer.
But you only have so many per day.
Right.
So-
It uses your channel divinity up.
Yeah, each hunted that can see or hear it in 30 feet, they have to do a wisdom
Oh, I
save.
thought Find Traps was
DC
like
16.
a thing that has a duration, but it's just instantaneous, whatever's around you.
Yeah, you'd be
Right.
burning a lot of spell slots using that concept.
I'm gonna keep it for now.
All right.
Yeah, for more like defense, maybe potential. Let's say with my percentage is like 18 natural. Like, is there anything that I might notice, or is that more an investigation?
What are you checking?
I look at the dead corpse and I just to see if there's something that is just unusual.
All right. So you want to move to one of the walls and inspect one of the bodies.
Yeah.
Okay. So each of these bodies seems like it's a ceremonial burial. Some of them have offerings left at the side of the body, like old wilted flowers and things.
Oh.
Next to this one, you're going to find, like, maybe in life this dwarf was an archer, and there's some arrows here.
Are they still good?
Where did my note card go? I had a little white note card.
Diamond, are you digging through something?
Put it somewhere here.
It's probably getting home.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
just use
you
this
thought
note
you
card.
would be sneaky, didn't you?
All right. When you inspect the body, you're going to find that there are a couple of boxes of dwarven arrowheads.
Ooh, arrows.
Not
I
even
point
the
that out.
arrows. These are just the arrowheads. Apparently, this was a Fletcher craftsman as well.
Damn. I point that out to.
But are they metal arrowheads?
No. These are stone.
Oh,
They're
And
fine
I tell
dwarven
you-
stone craftsmanship, though.
If you're interested, and I take one,
Oh, yeah.
throw one at you.
yeah. I'll check these out later.
Yeah, you might just want to leave the note card in case I add other stuff.
But
Okay.
except for that, like objects and stuff like that, is there any signs that they might be undead?
This room is full of minor objects like that. You could explore every wall and probably find something. The body did not move when you were searching it.
Okay. I wonder if there's like a trigger.
Which way does Daggermaw finish the search? Through the side passage?
Let's just do, she'll search forward and then we're gonna hold still at the intersection until everybody catches up. Because I don't want to get, You turn a corner when your party's not looking, and then all of a sudden you've split the party.
All right. So Diamond said, scouting with you, staying close. So I'd assume Diamond's here.
Is it dark in
And
this area?
I mean, I
No,
brought my lamp out.
After lighting the chandelier, I'm gonna use another action and just do another cantrip of produce flame. So there's 10 feet of bright light and then another 10 feet of dim light around.
So the room
Alright.
back there is lit up, and a little bit of that light bleeds into this room or into this long hallway, but not much. So this new light is now illuminating the hall a bit brighter. And so you can see that there is a very, very subtle artwork carved into the wall of the hall here. All down the hall, there's a very like light relief sculpture along the wall of like dwarves. It's very, very Egyptian looking, sort of like the side view hieroglyphic kind of depiction of dwarves doing a variety of ceremonies. It actually seems to tell the story along the wall of the genocides. Like it shows a depiction of a dragon killing many dwarves, and then it shows dwarves going down into the underworld, and then it shows construction efforts and the procession of time with calendars and stuff over many thousands of years. So it does seem to tell the story of this clan of dwarves and how they survived the genocides by living underground here for a really long period of time.
Interesting.
Does it
Anybody
end at
s-
2012? No,
Eh.
no. It probably ends on
Any-
like 10,042 or something like that.
Anybody
Oh,
speak or understand Dwarven?
Well, there's no
Nope.
writing. It's all visual. It's all just artistic depiction that you can see in the wall.
Alright. So, what do you guys think? Scout left or scout straight?
Left.
Alright. So Dagamaw's gonna do. Daggermaw and I are gonna go to the left.
All right.
16.
Daggermaw moves into this hall.
Oh, Ninja, can me and Diamond get promotions, please?
Yes.
You said each one of these big squares is divided into 4 smaller squares?
It used to be. Ignore that though.
Now they're just tiles.
There's a trap there. You probably don't want to move there.
Oh,
Don't mind me. Just got to do something.
well, good. Good thing she got a good roll that time, because the last couple sucked.
All right. So right here, there's a floor vent, right? So the floor is not stone here, but there is like a very badly rusted metal grating that has a pit underneath it, and the rust is really, really bad, and all of the rivets in the stone around the grate seem to have almost entirely disintegrated. So Daggermaw is going to stop and let out several lizard-like barks at the squeakiness of the floor.
So it's like some sort of. So Brent's gonna look at it more carefully, and it's what some sort of like the floor tips away kind of pit trap type of deal.
There is definitely a pit underneath this floor grating, and the floor grating looks like it could give out under any weight. It's not a trap
All right.
somebody set up, but it is a hazard.
Okay. Is there anything in the pit that I can see?
Well, you can't really see clearly through it. You can only see that there's like slits in the rusty grating that allow you to sort of see down into the darkness a little bit, but you can't see clearly what's down
Okay.
there. You could
So
break
it's not
it.
like a.
You could smash it. That would open it up, and then you could look down.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
we can't step
I was
on it
going to say
anyway.
don't do that just yet. I think I have a means of getting across this. If I use spike growth on the grating, it might disintegrate some of it away, but it'll give enough of a platform to be able to form thorny brambles that we could walk across.
Sure.
It's
You
5
want to
feet.
pick up
You can jump.
if you want to take a bunch of D4 damage.
I was gonna say, yeah. One, we don't want to take the damage, and two, anybody can jump 5 feet without having to take an athletics check. You can jump half your, well, unless you have a strength of 8. Anybody can jump. Can do a standing jump of half of their movement, or half of their strength.
Okay.
I believe. As long as everybody's got a strength of 10 or more, we're good.
Yeah, that's no problem for me.
If anybody looks behind, anybody gonna have trouble jumping this?
Nope.
All right.
Morn. Good.
She's gonna.
With your legs. I poke the sorcerer.
Melissa's gonna dig through Dagamot's saddlebags and pull out a hammer and give that grate a couple of big, nice whacks.
All right. It immediately breaks and drops into the pit and falls 20 feet with a loud smash.
And she'll put the hammer back and peek down and see if there's anything in said pit.
It looks like there's something under the grate, but it's laying on top of it now. If you climb down the 20 feet, you might be able to maneuver it around to get under it and see what's there.
Who has rope?
I've got 50 feet of silk rope. Who's holding me up?
I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Before you do that, can I chuck my produce flame down there 30 feet in the hole, see if the light illuminates anything that's down there?
Oh, good call.
It might also burn up whatever is under the grate.
Your produce flame lands on the grate and illuminates the area, but it doesn't give you any extra detail. The grate has landed on top of whatever might be down there.
Ah,
I'll stow my lamp for now, and somebody hold the end of this rope.
yeah,
And I'll
I
just
hold the rope.
And I'll 20 feet. I got 50 feet of rope, so plenty. I'm just gonna gently, do a little climber's knot around my waist and rappel down.
Good thing we're not playing 3.5, otherwise you'd have to make a use rope check.
Oh God.
I want to make a proper knot.
All right. When you get to the bottom and maneuver the grate out of the way, you're going to find that underneath it there are the remains of a adventurer.
Oh.
It looks to be probably an elf by the shape of the skull. And he doesn't have a whole lot, but what survived of his belongings are his backpack, which contains some marking chalk. He was probably gonna mark his path through the dungeon so he wouldn't get lost with the chalk. And he's got his food. There's a bunch of dried mushrooms. And
That's a lot of food.
that has survived, so you could grab that. Yeah, his backpack is stuffed with dried mushrooms that have survived.
Was it every 2 pounds counts as one ration, so it's like 25 rations worth of food.
Seems like he was gonna try to clear the whole dungeon in one go without.
Yeah. So report back that I found some food and some chalk, but not much else. There's a dead guy down here, and I don't know if you want me to roll. We're not going in a particularly fast rate, so I don't know if you want me to roll an athletics check to climb back up using the rope and Morg's assistance or not.
Well, we're not in any immediate danger, so...
Right.
You could just climb at your
just
climb
take my
speed
time.
without even having to make a check. It's easy.
Okay, so 2 rounds.
Yeah. You are bringing the backpack, too, not just pulling out the stuff and...
No, I tied the back. I can't lift the 51 pounds of food by myself. I tied the backpack to the end of the rope so we can haul it up.
So maybe at some point this was a trapdoor, but it's so badly rusted at this point that it just doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. So I tie the end of the rope to that. I climb back up, and we haul up the backpack.
So I guess we all have to assume that we're gonna find more traps on the way.
It is a dwarven dungeon.
Probably.
They were trying to defend themselves against a genocide, so they probably set up some defenses, yeah.
I'll
All
take
right.
the chalk. Are there any markings already on the walls, or
There was nothing terribly noticeable up until this point, but if you do retrace your steps, you'll notice that there is a small chalk marking at this door that you came through in the entrance room here. So he marked the wall right here on the side of this door. It's barely
Okay.
noticeable, but when you're looking for it, you can see it.
all right? I will mark an arrow towards that door from this pit trap here.
Okay.
All right. It won't
Are
get
there
lost now.
are there minotaurs in this Dark Sun world?
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't even know if there's cows in this world. So, yeah. So after inspecting that, unless anybody else is to hold up, Daggermon and I will jump across the way to continue our scouting.
All right.
Yep.
More
And we will
dwarven
follow.
hallways.
All right. Next, roll. Mediocre.
All right. Daggermaw sniffs around, detects nothing, and moves forward.
Okay.
Are we going across and following?
Yeah. What's your strength score, Gormon? Is it less than 10? Grace? Hello?
Was that?
I said,
What's
is
your
your
strength?
strength score lower than 10?
No.
Okay.
You're fine then.
All right. Let's see. So
I have an idea.
another-
I release my 8 rat friends from my basement to scout on ahead and keep going.
Oh, you release your rat friends. Diamond,
God.
are you sending them down the hall in front of Daggermaw here?
Yes.
Okay. All of your fat rats pile out of your backpack and scamper across the floor. A little swarm of rats. They get to this descending hall here. It's a sloping passage that descends deeper and deeper. When they get to the second 10-foot section here, they hit a pressure plate, and the pressure plate is going to cause the entire floor here to like rise up by about a foot, and it's got these like 4 metal nozzles that all begin shooting oil, which sprays your rats and forces them down the passage, down the slope. They're being sprayed by oil, and then shortly after the oil sprays on them, a series of explosions ignites the entire hallway, which is all on fire now.
Oh.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
rats.
none of your rats survive this.
That's okay. I can always get more rats later.
Drenza looks behind at Traxxas and goes, "Well, you know what? That worked out pretty good."
Yeah, better the rats than the dog.
All right, this hall is quickly filling with black, acrid smoke. So you guys will be forced to
Yeah.
retreat unless you have some way to survive the smoke.
No.
I look at Grimoire and I say, "So you're a cleric of fire. Can you extinguish fire as well as create it?"
But that's not fire, it's smoke.
No, it's on fire. Like the oil's lit up.
It's an oil fire.
I assume. Yeah, it's an oil fire.
The explosion ignited the oil.
Is there sand or anything?
Nah. You
Right.
could go outside to get sand, but it would
Right.
take you a few minutes.
I mean, our best bet is to back up, let it burn itself out, and then come back.
Due to
later.
the slope of the hallway, all that smoke is coming up and out.
Yeah. I say we let it smoke itself out and come back.
I agree.
All right, you retreat for a
All right.
while to get some fresh air, and the oil fire will burn itself out. Eventually, it'll just be a smoky smell and scorched, blackened walls and ceiling. But aside from that, that area is now passable.
Okay.
We don't
I
explore
suppose
somewhere
yeah,
else in the
check
meantime.
that. Well, the whole system is filling with smoke. We would have to exit and come back in like an hour or whatever.
Traxxas says to Grimorn, "I believe I have made my sufficient donation to your god."
That was a tough one. That was like a DC 20 trap because it was a mechanical one hidden in the floor.
Nice. Wow.
Good thing I remembered I had my rats. Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
wish I hadn't lost them so soon, but that would have been death right there.
Yeah. Brent's seeing that there's some really cleverly hidden traps, and knowing that Daggermaw's been having some not the best luck finding things, she's gonna go and use a second level spell slot to cast enhance ability, the Fox's Cunning. So Daggermaw now has advantage on all intelligence rolls. So that might help a little bit.
All right.
Good job.
So you've covered your tracks back to where you were before. In front of you, the area here with the oil jets is still elevated by a foot, so you'd have to step up onto it if you want to continue through here.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, as soon as you step on it, it's springy, and your weight forces it down, and then you hear an audible click.
Daggermaw's gonna step
It
back.
reset itself.
Vrenzo's gonna go and attempt to, I guess, disarm the pressure plate.
So hang on. This is very much like a landmine sort of situation. So when you reset the
Daggermaw's
trap,
on it. She can.
Daggermaw is on it, and
Okay.
any shifting of weight is going to reactivate the trap probably.
All right. Well, Vrenzo, while Daggermaw's on it, is going to attempt to disarm the pressure plate.
I will give you guidance.
You'll give me guidance. So I'm using my thieves tools. So I have +7 to the roll. I am using my psionic dice and the D4 from Gaia. So that's a D4 plus a D8 plus a D20 +7. This should do something. That is a 22 to disarm.
All right. So all of this is run by sort of a spring mechanism, and it's got to spring up in order to fire the oil and the explosive round. So if the plate can't come back up once it's been pressed down, it's disarmed, which means you need to wedge it with something.
Okay.
Do you have
So-
like a piton or something from a climbing kit?
Oh.
That would do the trick.
What about a kite and dagger?
A dagger would
Yeah.
do the trick as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my hammer and the kite and dagger that Traxxas kindly handed me, and I'm gonna hammer it right in the place to wedge it down.
Okay. It's now stuck in place.
Cool.
That should keep it from refiring itself.
All right. So let's go down to the area that we know is cleared, or we suspect is cleared, anyways.
I do have like that spell is active affect normal fire. It's an ability I can cast once a day.
Oh, yeah, what does it do?
Well, it's a 3.5 spell, so I don't know about it.
Oh, well then it doesn't. I don't think it exists in this world then.
What did you get it
So
from?
what it does is that it creates like I can change the how bright like a flaming item is, or I can extinguish like a fire.
If you had prestidigitation, like Sia might have, if you had prestidigitation, you could do the same thing an infinite amount of times.
Oh, is that the spell that lets you just extinguish flames?
He can extinguish flames, he can
Perfect.
ignite flames, he can change the rate at which it burns to make it burn up its fuel faster or slower.
Oh, good. All right. Well, we're gonna go through the trap area, and then we're gonna start investigating again.
I'm gonna stay close to you, okay? Just
Yeah.
for this one, because I can also create like a fire immunity for people around me or give them resistance. So if ever it went
All right.
bad, then just stay close
So
to me.
let's see. I'm gonna have to do this differently. So let's see. It's gonna be 2d20 plus 2 with advantage. So, all right, here's my next investigate roll for Dagger Maw. 18.
An 18. All right. So, scouting into this next section of hall, it seems relatively safe. You don't see any weird traps or mechanisms in this L bend here. However, you can see up ahead there's another door, and this door has also been chewed apart. Just the lower half of it, not the upper half. The upper half is intact, but crouching down, you could just go through the hall. It's about medium size. Inside,
Does,
there's a room.
Brenta's going to do a thing. She's going to spend a minute to see if she detects any of her favored enemies nearby. So humanoids and aberration. She's going to focus all her senses to see if her spidey sense goes off.
Humanoids or aberrations?
I'll also have Vin scout, just to be doubly sure in case Vrenza's thing doesn't ping anything.
Oh, you're sending him into the next room before Jaggermon inspects it?
Well, I mean, Vin's a snake. Vin can take care of themselves.
Yeah, your rats took care of themselves too. Took care of themselves in the mob sense, I mean.
Well, I mean, if it wasn't for my, intuition, just like jerking at my stomach, we would have been dying in a fiery blaze.
It would have been unpleasant, yes. It would have been unpleasant, indeed.
Don't be concerned about that.
I'm gonna tentatively say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to admit that I haven't fully planned this one out. There is an element of randomness that I've been using that makes that a tough one to answer.
Fair enough.
But I'll just try to avoid using humanoids or aberrations because I'm gonna say no. You don't detect any.
You know, there's a lot of plutonium in these walls. Maybe that's interfering with things.
Yeah.
Could be. Could be.
It's all the lead in the paint, man.
Yeah. Quit eating the lead paint, dude. All right, so it sounds like Traxxas sent Vin into the room before Daggermon had a chance to scout it out. I think was the plan.
Yes.
Correct.
All right, I'm gonna add some stuff to this. Let's see here.
Now, we're still within the hour period, or wait, I gotta look at Speak with Animals. Give me 1 second.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, no, you cast Speak with Animals before the fire, so we had to evacuate for a fair amount of time to let the fire burn out. So that may have expired.
Yeah, its duration is 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Please
I'm
make
assuming
it.
we evacuated the dungeon for at least 10 minutes to let it clear out.
But I could cast it as a ritual and not
You
use
could
up a spell.
recast it. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe you'll attract undead rats,
So,
I don't think he can make friends with that.
are you checking the floor as you go in?
Well, this is Vin. He's a
Vin would
snake.
be,
I'm not sure.
yes. Vin is told to scout, and so Vin will scout.
All right.
Yeah, but they're like ancient dwarf rats,
What's his
Undead.
investigative modifier?
Actually, I don't have a stat block for my snake. Ninja?
I mean, if he's a regular beast, he would have an intelligence of no more than 3, which would probably mean like a -4 to intelligence-based skill checks.
Does it use the poisonous snake stat block?
Yes.
All right. Poisonous snake stat block says intelligence -5, no skill. So,
Cool.
not great.
-5.
An intelligence of
Yeah.
1. You say,
Ah,
Snake, go investigate for trap. And Snake go, trap? What trap? Look
What's
for
a trap?
dangerous
What is
animal that
trap?
eat you.
Got a 6.
A 6. All right. Your snake enters the room and detects no traps.
Okay, so
Your snake
Does
will
Vin-
notice an enormous mechanical thing and another exit.
all right. So Vin would probably return with this, seeing as there are no dangerous animals. And with my speak with animal, I tell the party that it is safe as far as we know. There is an object in there, and another exit, but there don't seem to be any dangerous animals and or creatures in there.
Did you just see your ass? On purpose?
What?
Did you slither your ass on purpose?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Never mind then.
No, I heard what you said, but I don't understand what the context
You
is.
you made a long S right after you spoke about your snake. He was wondering
Oh.
if you did the S on purpose.
I move.
No, that was more of a I guess.
Okay. Thought you were role playing as a snake person.
Well,
Well, you
Daggermaw rolled a 16 to move in and check it out.
Okay.
yeah, so don't get ahead of yourself, Grimorn.
Nah, he's just getting ahead of us.
I just want to see what's in the room.
All right. Checking out the room, there's
Are you opening the door or are you peeking under the chewed door hole?
an area
Oh,
dominated by some kind of machinery, a large wheel, numerous bronze gears, and heavy chains interconnected in some way. The area seems to be some sort of workshop. Assorted materials are stashed in a variety of boxes or crates here.
It's like a workspace.
All right. Well, Daggermaw moves up another 4, checking for traps. There she goes.
Anything that
Looks to
might
be-
be made of iron is in this room.
It mostly seems to be bronze.
Bronze is still good. Bronze is a metal.
Bronze is crazy valuable, yeah.
Yeah, it's better than we
Hey,
can
guys,
make weapons out of that.
looks like
It's pretty good.
This could easily be a treasure room. Look at all this metal.
Yes, but the problem then becomes we don't have the means to transport this much material and survive out in the wastes.
Oh, we can figure it out.
Create a scroll.
I think he's still placing the room.
This one is
This
showing
area
as
is
a
fairly
media.
wide, and I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time with Daggermaw, kind of like looking at everything. So, are there any more like torches or candle things to light up the entire room, or am I just looking at everything in dim light?
Could I just start the braziers on fire?
There are 2 large braziers here
Right.
and here, although it seems as if all of their fuel has been burned up a long time ago. There's
Is there a
Okay,
pile
so there's
of
no wood in them.
there's
is
no
there a
wood
pile
to
of
burn.
coal
Wow.
or something like that?
We still have all that firewood back on the cart. I mean, somebody's just got to back up, grab some firewood, and come back. Wouldn't take more than 5 minutes.
Well, is there any like coal or like wooden or a pile of like lighting material?
You don't see any that's
Flammable?
laying out in a pile anywhere, but there's many containers in the room that might contain something.
So like this pail here.
That's
Is there
actually a
anything?
bucket,
Oh,
an empty bucket made of wood.
well, we
Yes.
can burn that.
There are chests on this side of the room.
Yep, you
and
can smash
I'm
up the
going
bucket
to-
and burn that if you want.
Yeah, that's what I do. I break it apart and I put wood in the brazier and start them on fire.
All right, a bucket of wood is enough material to burn. So once you ignite it, it illuminates the room a little bit. You can see the workshop in all its detail. There's a
All right.
workbench with some scrolls on it. There's all the boxes and barrels. There's a shelf and a
Oh.
cauldron.
Scrolls are
The
actually
light
really
is
valuable.
coming from over here in this brazier. I'm gonna be standing over here, and I'm gonna use detect traps on this whole room that I can see everything in.
Hang on.
Light.
Did you put it in this one or that one? He wasn't specific. I put it in this one over
Oh.
here.
But I was gonna put it in this one here in the corner because it's closer.
Okay. Then
where the
that is the
bucket
one
was.
that's lit over there in that corner.
Not all of us, Psycho.
So that means you wouldn't be able to read these scrolls over here. It's too dark in this corner of the room because the gear blocks the light.
These barrels, are they empty?
I would go in a way where I can like light up the other part of the room with my light.
Oh, there you go.
You go to one of the barrels. It's got a sealed lid. Do you have a tool to open it with?
Give me a second. I don't even know.
A crowbar
Yep.
or maybe a
Brent-
dagger to pry the lid open?
Yeah, I don't even know if I have that. I don't really have weapons. I have someone
Brent's,
to come and help.
I've got my claw hammer here.
Claw hammer will do the trick. You pry the lid up and open up this this barrel. The barrel contains a whole bunch of wood.
Nice.
They're roughly handle length, but it's like untreated, uncut wood. So just like not quite firewood, but it looks like this is wood that is intended to become the handles of things.
Oh yeah, I'll just set more on fire so we can illuminate the room and be done with that.
Okay, so you burn one in the other brazier. The barrel still has like another 19 pieces of wood in it.
Did my detect traps or my find traps find anything in the room now that it's well lit?
It seems like if you got stuck in the gear, it would kill you. But it's not rotating, and it doesn't look dangerous right now.
Okay. Oh, that was a level 2 spell.
The bronze gear is enormous. There's no real sense of what its function or purpose might be. Dwarven machinery, who knows?
This might open a bigger door.
I'd like to check this chest here.
Okay. You open up one of the chests.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. I'm going to put it on this same note card here.
Is there any mimics in Dark Sun?
We'll find out when your hand sticks to the chest.
Oh, salt and wheat. That's food.
Well, hang on. The bag of wheat is locked.
Salt. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, we can salt.
Preserve. Yeah, the meat.
Oil.
Okay. So the wheat is spoiled and is of no value at all. The bag of salt, that's actually worth a little bit. You could use it for cooking and preserving, yeah.
Can I try to extricate seeds from the spoiled wheat?
Seeds from ancient wheat. I think a seed is probably not good for longer than like 5 years.
Okay,
I
fair
has-
enough.
Let's say, leave the wheat.
It is flammable, though. You could use this bag of wheat as a fuel source to burn, or you could even explode something with it. Because if you create like a dust cloud and then ignite it, it explodes.
Well, we
Well,
need
that
to
would
grind
take-
it into rotten
You
flour
need-
first.
Well, how big exactly is this bag of wheat? How much wheat are we talking about?
It looks like a 10-pound bag.
10-pound bag. Yeah, if we grind that up into dust, yeah, it definitely.
You could put it in the giant gyro here.
I don't think it's a millstone. I think it's part of a bigger machine.
Yeah. It might be connected to something else underneath.
But enough with what I've done. You guys also have more actions that you can do.
And there's 3 other boxes that nobody's looked in and a barrel.
Yeah.
This back.
We might find some embalmment liquid and stuff like that, since they've been making mummies around here.
You might even find a weapon.
Alright.
There is a
Another
ton
chest
of
gets
bronze.
opened.
We could have people come in from the city and dismantle these gear. Imagine the amount of browns we'd be able to bring back to the city.
10 flasks of oil in a wood box with
Ooh,
divider slots for each bottle.
nice.
It's a wooden box designed to protect 10 flasks for transit. And it's currently full of these flasks of dwarven oil.
Is there anything special about dwarven oil?
Burns hotter, longer.
It's probably just a higher
Faster.
purity, more refined.
Might be more close to like mineral oil or like, rather than like palm oil or something.
Yeah, something like that. It burns real good, burns real clean. It's the same kind of oil they blew up that hallway with.
Hey, grab one of those. Grab one of those handles. Does anybody have any extra cloth that they can afford to give up?
Cloth?
Not really.
Not really. I mean, I got a blanket, but I'm kind of attached to it. It keeps me warm at night.
Well, if we find a piece of cloth, we can wrap it around one of the handles and then put some oil on it for probably a bright light source.
I mean,
I can create
we've
flame.
got flames
I can-
and we've got a lamp. I mean, I'm not
You
sure
got a
what more
fire.
you
You
want.
got a fire cleric over here. If you want some light.
I'm just thinking about, other things we can use a torch for.
Can I grab 2 of those oil flasks so I have more oil for my lamp?
Yeah, sure.
Those are what, a pound each usually?
Half a pound, I think.
We need a lantern. That would be really useful.
No, wait, it does say 1 pound. All right. 1 pound for a
Okay.
flask of oil. I guess they're a little bigger than your typical potion. Makes sense if you want to burn a 5x5 section for a couple turns.
I'm just gonna unlock it so I can change it to 8.
All right. Brent, it's your turn to do something.
I will open chest number 3.
All right. Inside this
No,
chest,
no,
you will
no.
find several casks.
Mhm. I will check one of the casks to see what it contains.
All right, I went to page 2. All right, so there are 4 small casks. Each cask contains wax.
Yeah,
That's actually useful.
it is.
So you
All
can
right.
use that for a variety of things. Sealing wax for letters, or to seal up a barrel, like the barrel you opened earlier was sealed with wax, or you could
Or to plug ear.
waterproof things. You could plug your ears. All sorts of uses for wax. It seems to be a high purity beeswax.
Ooh, that is very burnable.
Mhm.
This is a lot of material. This is a lot of.
It's Dwarven Workshop.
Hmm.
Still got
We
some
can come
stuff.
back later and figure out what we're gonna haul
Oh,
out
yeah.
of here.
If we clear this entire place, this might just become ours.
Indeed. I mean, we could
Ooh.
make an entire base, but problem
Mhm.
still exists. Water.
Imagine
we need
taking
water.
imagine taking these gears.
Well, who says there's not a well further in here? I mean, the dwarves had to drink something.
We don't know
mean,
how
unless
old
this
this
is-
place is. The water could have
mean-
gone dry for all we know.
We could hire some people
Also-
to take the gear apart and sell the bronze in the city.
Indeed.
Make some weapons.
But
There's all sorts of things here.
I believe it is your turn, Grimorn, to do something.
There's another chest.
You guys are sure? Wait a second.
There's barrels. There's another chest, and there's scrolls.
Yeah, do the chest first. I'll do the barrels after. I already did some stuff.
All right, chest number 4.
All right. Chest number 4 contains a bunch of hammers.
Hey,
Metal hammers, I'm assuming.
Nope, they are made of stone.
Ah, bollocks.
So 9 stone hammers.
don't ever underestimate carrying around a nice claw hammer around. It is more useful than you think.
Indeed.
If you don't
I
have
was-
one already, grab one.
I don't know. Is stone better than bone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Morg, you could use that stone hammer as a weapon.
I suppose it depends on the
I
bone.
don't
Like
think
if it was the bone of a large magical beast, it might be harder than stone.
I don't
Right.
think these are war hammers. I think these are tool hammers, so they count as like an improvised
Yeah.
weapon.
Yeah, this is definitely more of a dwarven mallet. It's a heavy stone mallet designed for like doing some sort of work.
Okay, I took one.
All right.
Alright. I will take a look at those scrolls.
All right.
I am literate since I've been traveling the wastes and learning as much as I can about the history of the world.
Which he can read. Which
But dependent on the language it's in, which is probably going to be Dwarven, I won't be able to read it.
They are in Dwarven. However, most of them are just visible, like visually. It's like artwork. They're actually blueprints, so you can look at it and see that they are designs for different devices, Dwarven devices, and tools. There's 16 scrolls. Each one has a different blueprint on it.
Well, I think it's best that we preserve this knowledge. I'll take the scrolls.
Did he mention what you find?
Yes, I'll say these look to be schematics for various tools and contraptions that the dwarves here must have been working on.
Yep, there's
Maybe-
blueprints
Yeah.
for making dwarven hammers, dwarven mining picks, dwarven saws, variety of dwarven, like even like weapons and armor.
Are there
you know,
are there
Princess-
print? Sorry, are there prints that might have designs of some of their type of traps that they make?
One of the designs is of a. It looks to be of like a ballista device, like a siege weapon.
Mm. Maybe you could start building those for our city if we don't have them already.
I was gonna say if we bring those back, I mean, weren't there? Yeah, Brentford got this bow from a dwarven weaponsmith. So
Sorry.
there's got to be a.
I got that wrong. It's
What?
not. It's not a ballista. It's actually a light catapult design. Sorry.
What if we started making weapons and selling them to the city?
Sure.
I mean, we need to hire.
I don't think
work-
that would be a good
workmen.
idea.
Oh, I think it's fantastic. We can make these catapult throw fireballs.
Think about it this way. The current king could go... I mean, the way things are, it takes two people to make sure that the king is going corrupt. And even with that, I still would not trust him to not go corrupt with power.
So you would sell him the map so he can control everything?
No, I wouldn't sell these blueprints at all.
I think we should make these weapons.
I agree.
What are you planning on doing with the scrolls?
Well, like I said, I'm going to preserve them. Actually, it's beeswax, which means it would be even more flammable. I was going to say I could wax them, kind of make a temporary
them waterproof,
lamination.
Yep. You can apply the wax to stuff to make it more waterproof.
What, don't we have a box to preserve things here? Maybe we can use that to contain the documents.
There's 16 documents and only 10 spaces in that flask box.
Right now, they're just sort of loosely stuffed into a wooden shelf. It's got slots for the scrolls to fit into.
Okay.
Right. So, how much wax would it take to coat these?
A bunch. Probably one of the casks, but it would also take many hours of work. I'm not sure you want to do that right now. You could probably do that later as downtime activity.
Yeah, agreed. For now, I will carefully place them into my backpack.
All right.
That is now free of rats, so they're not gonna chew. They're not gonna chew the scrolls to pieces. Thank God.
That's good.
So there's 2 barrels left to open and a cauldron.
One of the barrels is not like a barrel that contains stuff. It's like a liquid, like a beer barrel, and it's on its side and it's got a tap. So it looks like that's some sort of fluid that's meant to be drank. The other barrel that was unopened, that looks like another sealed barrel containing something.
Can someone open it?
Brent's gonna use her hammer and pop the top.
All right. popping the top of this barrel, you're going to find inside that there are several lead bars.
Oh,
Yeah. More metal.
that's really nice.
Yes,
It's,
but
it's a
lead is
base
also
metal, but it's
very heavy.
oh yes. I'm not. I mean, all this stuff is heavy. We're either gonna have to set up shop here ourselves, or we're going to need to bring a caravan up here
Yeah.
eventually.
I'm not
So-
carrying any of this stuff.
It's
except
about
if it was
40
No.
pounds
food.
of lead in this barrel. The barrel itself probably
Wow.
weighs a bit as well.
Yeah,
This is worth a fortune.
yeah, it is.
Actually, I can think of a few things to use that lead for. Let's take a couple of ingots with. Well, let's take a couple of ingots. I'll see if there's any more tools around here to cut apart the lead into sizable chunks.
Now,
That's
Huh?
pretty
lead is
soft.
fairly soft, so you could use one of those hammers that you just got to hammer it into some sort of shape.
I could create some flames too.
The workbench
So-
is perfectly suited for doing any kind of work like that.
We could make it more manageable by heating it up.
I want to make ball bearings.
That would take you a long time. Hammering
You don't have
lead
like a
bars
mold.
into a bunch of balls. Probably the best way to do that would be to melt the lead and then have like a mold that has a bunch of balls.
Right. Lead has a very low melting point, so a simple flame like a produced flame should be able to melt. We just need something to.
You could probably have
Hold.
an artist make a clay mold for it. Wouldn't take long. Wouldn't cost very much. And then you could cast some ball bearings.
But I don't think it's something we can do right now.
No.
No.
Is what Ninja's saying.
I'm just, trying to think ahead. Maybe we could use these lead bars to pop traps off before we step on them, if they're floor traps.
They are heavy, 5 pounds each. You can throw them into a square and see if it triggers something.
I guess. What about the cauldron? Is there anything in that?
The cauldron is a large bronze cauldron. There's some residue inside from whatever was cooked in it last, but aside from that, it's empty.
And that
Wait, they
liquid.
used all this bronze to cook with? Are they mad?
They had to feed a large group here. I bet.
It doesn't look like food was cooked in this. It seems more like they
Mm.
used it to like melt some other materials in.
There you go.
Oh,
Like
That we
lead.
could use that.
like lead.
And that liquid in it, like in the barrel here. Like I try to pour a little bit and see what it smells like.
It smells like strong alcohol.
Oh, I
Like
give it a little
really,
sip.
really strong alcohol.
Like, I take it like a tiny sip.
All right. It's
Make a Constitution save.
it's like 100% proof. This is more along the lines of
Oh.
like alcohol for processing things chemically than
Oh,
instead
so I
of
just
drinking
smell
alcohol.
it and it's just too strong.
It's way too strong. You might be able to water it down, but it's practically a poison in its current state.
Well,
Oh, I
be
can drink it
used-
then.
That could be used for no, it could be used for many things. We shouldn't waste any of this. Here.
You might be
I think-
immune to poison, but you'd get super drunk.
But alcohol, you can
Indeed.
use that for so many things, like treating things. You might have the need of that for some of these blueprints.
Do we have any other contain? Well, you know what? Actually,
The shelving unit.
I am going to drink all of my water, and then I'm going to fill my water skin with this alcohol.
Okay.
So you have a water skin filled with industrial alcohol.
Make a note.
Yes.
This is something called fire breather. It's like the strongest dwarven alcohol.
Making a note right now.
Is there anything on the shelving unit?
The shelves do have some stuff on them. Yep.
Sweet.
You know those fire breathers, the people that like shoot like flames and stuff like that. Is that the type of alcohol they would be using?
No, because this strength of alcohol, like if it's industrial alcohol, just putting it in your mouth would literally cause chemical
No.
burns.
Oh, that's not good.
It'd be a great way to perform some assassination by saying, "Here, have a drink," and then I drink, and I'm fine.
Grimorn, as funny as it sounds, pure like industrial alcohol like that is incredibly dry. So it would
I'm
like
not-
desiccate tissues.
I'm not Grimorn.
I know you're not. He was asking about doing flame breath.
Oh, Gotcha.
And I was saying, and I was basically saying that, believe it or not, pure alcohol is dry and would just like suck the water out of the cells inside of your mouth and cause massive amounts of damage.
We
Possibly.
don't need that. Okay.
On the
Holy
shelf,
cow.
you find 188 thin sheets of lead and 46 pounds of large scrap iron.
Iron.
Okay,
Iron.
this needs to go on the cart. This is not staying behind.
Just
Wait,
remember
that's
that
like
the cart
that's
has a
that's
certain weight
Dark
limit.
Sun gold.
Yes, those are worth Dark
Look.
Sun gold. Iron is worth a lot.
If I don't ride in the cart, that's like an extra 200 pounds. I can lead my kink. I can just pull them. I can lead them. So, ride on my cart like a driver.
So that's the equivalent of 1,500 ceramic pieces, give or take.
Yeah, that's a small fortune. That goes on the cart.
However, they are all large, awkward pieces of scrap metal that seem like they were repurposed or broken machinery that's just been put on the shelf here and hasn't been repaired yet.
Yeah, we might find even more in this place.
We might. I'm just saying we're not leaving that behind.
We can leave it for now. We can always come back for it later.
Brenta agrees reluctantly.
The good thing is that I don't think we have a rogue in our group.
Frog?
You've got Brenta.
Oh.
Brenta is rogue adjacent.
Okay.
Mm,
Yes, half
You don't
rogue,
have sticky
half
fingers,
druid.
though. Some groups have real sticky fingers.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I'm not. Brenta's not a thief. She's greedy, but she's
That's
not
what
a
I mean,
thief.
yeah.
How's that? All right. Shall we go back to our standard operating procedure, or do we want to check anything else out before I send Jaggermaw up ahead?
How many lead bars are we going to take with us?
You
Are
said
we
you wanted to
getting-
grab 2, so take 2 out of the pile and add it to your inventory.
Okay.
I'll mark it on the card.
I'm gonna pay someone to pick this up for me later on. I can't carry all this metal.
Okay. 2 lead
We're gonna
bars,
get a U-Haul truck.
5 pounds each. That's 10
A
pounds of
nice,
lead.
I'll put it this way: is all you can do to convince Brenta not to start emptying the shelf out and like making runs of metal out to the cart.
a nice
She's
metal
not a thief,
shield.
but she is very avaricious.
A nice metal shield would be really nice. That would be great.
Mhm. All right. Is the door locked in front of Morg?
The door is locked. However, there's a hole in it, like I said. As the other doors you've passed before, this one has been chewed through by something. Only the lower half of it made a medium-sized hole in the bottom part of the door.
I will poke my head in and observe.
All right, you look around in this
Oh.
room.
Well, at least it's his face that'll get bitten off before any of us.
Hey, Daggermaw is not going to complain if somebody else wants to get their face eaten. She's happy enough to scout ahead, but she's. I was gonna say, since my pet has intelligence of 8, I've had dumber teammates on some D&D groups.
Do I see anything?
Ninja's generating it up.
All right,
Yeah,
so
he's generating an encounter.
you get down and you peek through the hole into this room here. The room itself is a disgusting room with dry timber walls that have deep cracks through to the earth. There's an inch of water that covers the floor. The room is completely dark, lacking torches or lamps.
Stick my arm through with my produce flame.
All right. Everything in the room is damp. There's moisture here. There's a crack in the ceiling is allowing some water to seep through and pool in the floor of the room here.
Was there an oasis above here?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's clearly an aquifer or something above the ceiling here.
Well, this is all under the mountain, so this is like a mountain stream that runs down through the rock.
Oh, okay. So I guess there's like some stalagmites or something then dripping.
Because it rains on the other side
Alright.
of the mountain, so there's some like water that moves through the mountain, and some of
Hmm.
it comes down into here.
So, well, there's a water source. I mean, we might have to use purified water, but I mean, water.
And have a lot of
Amazing.
barrels or something collecting the water. Right
Mhm.
now, it's just kind of all over
Right
the
now,
ground.
there's, well, it's on the ground. I mean, at the very least, we have enough water to refill the barrels before we leave.
And to let you know, without even making a check, you can see that there's a pit trap in this room.
Hey, look, there's a big pit trap filled with water. Even more water for us. I really like how you drew that gear, by the way, Ninja.
Right. Details. How else would you know it's a gear? All right.
Oh, I thought
So
some kind of train track.
there's some sort of 5-foot by 15-foot pit in the middle of this room here.
Okay.
And all of
Report, Morg.
the moisture makes the entire room like slick with a layer of slimy mildew.
Well, it's either we go in here or we go back all the way to the other end of the hallway and keep going down the straight hallway.
Yeah, let's keep going the way we've been going.
I crawl through the hall and see what else is in here. Oh shit!
As soon as you enter the room, you are attacked. Everybody roll initiative.
Ah!
I'm being eaten!
Move on. So I have 5 as my modifier. I need a D8 for that. This first roll is just a D8 for my psionic dice.
Holy fuck.
2,
Natural one.
I
So
cannot
that's
change my initiative
7.
mod.
Oh, sorry. Let me
Oh
reset it.
yeah, what's going on with that?
Now you
There
can.
you go. Thank you.
Alright. So Vensa's initiative is 14. Jackermog is 2.
This might be something I can actually do something with.
Nice job, Daggermaw.
There's a big lobster in here or something. You guys come help.
I just realized Sia hasn't been here in a while. I wonder what happened.
What's a lobster?
I don't know.
It's a big bug.
To the
Just say there's
water.
a big bug.
There's a big bug. Hard-shelled bug. Millions of legs. I cannot count. Billions of legs.
It's a centipede. Hundreds of legs.
It might be a millipede. You don't know.
No. The tag on it says centipede.
I know. I'm trying to roleplay.
I know.
Yes.
Who are you answering? I'm confused.
Oh, I thought Psycho just said my name.
All right. I'm almost ready.
Nope.
Saving my camera positions. Rolling my initiative. Oh, that's a D12. Not that one. That one.
Yeah, 0 initiative. I like the rolls.
Oh, good. Goes before I do. Oh, it goes after I do.
Yeah, actually, that roll doesn't count. I think it automatically rolls when I roll the roller for the monsters. The players have to roll their own, and then the monsters are rolled by the roller. So, Grimoire and Soul and Empty Pink need a number.
Did you roll initiative yet, Prius? Did we lose Prius?
Maybe. Creus. Earth to Creus.
Prius the
he said
river.
that he. I think he said that he was gonna go do something real quick.
Oh.
I'll roll for him. He's got a 2.
What's his mod? Does he have one?
I don't know.
I don't even see. He doesn't have a character sheet in his area.
I gave him +2 just because. All right. So, top of the initiative. So, Morg walks into the room, or crawls, I should say. You crawl in through the medium-sized hole in the door, and then you stand up. And as soon as you're in the room here, so there's a deep pit, and the deep pit is full of spikes. It was a trap, like a pit trap, and there were several corpses down here. The creature, it's actually a Cylops. A Cylops is the Dark Sun version of a giant centipede. A little bit different, but mostly the same. And it didn't have a whole lot of food down here, so when a tasty new morsel entered the room, it immediately springs to life and climbs up out of the pit to attack. So it gets one sneak attack.
Does it look like an Arthropleura?
It looks very much like a centipede. It's only got one eye, though. Like a Cyclops, it's got one central eye.
I wonder if this is what ate those holes in the walls. I'm willing to bet.
Looks like
that
it.
might be it.
It does
That's
have
possible.
some door chomping mandibles on the front of it, which are now trying to bite down on Morg, on his ankle. I rolled, let's see, a 14. I don't think that hits.
Nope, 50.
All right. So that was its bite attempt, but it also tries to hit you with each of its antenna. So it's got these 2 antenna. It's got a couple joints on the antenna. So it like goes up and then it bends forward, and each one of those antennas is going to try to slap you. Of course, I roll a 1. A 1 and a 9 with +4. Neither of those is going to hit. The 1's actually a critical fail. Let me pull up my crit fail table.
Consult the cards.
Does it knock itself out? Does it fall into the spike pit and stab itself and die?
Boy, that would suck.
That'd be a real quick encounter.
Not for you, but for the encounter.
Oh man, if
Alright,
it loses
rolling on
its
the
footing
table.
and falls on those spikes.
You lose your balance while attacking, you fall prone, and your movement's reduced to 0. Oh,
Yeah.
great. A lot of them do that, so that was a pretty likely outcome. All right, so Pungy Spikes, a 3 to 5 foot pit. Spikes, they do a d8 piercing damage.
He literally did fall down his own spikes.
How do I
That's
unattach
pretty
this
hilarious.
light so I can see my character stats? Because it's only showing the 20-foot light thing instead of my character.
I've been trying to
Oh,
fix
there you
my
go, thank you.
HP bar too. Because I am not 27, I am 32.
Yeah, my AC is 15.
You can modify that, you just have to open the menu.
You want me to bump you up, Dragon?
Oh, I got it. I just had to find the right spot to hit it.
You gotta get a funky angle. You have to have the table underneath it.
All right, so it actually doesn't even get the 3rd antenna attack off because it got the crit fail and fell before that.
But
So
you want to change your max.
Daggermaw begins to bark as the creature came and attacked suddenly from its hiding spot down below. What does Daggermaw do?
All right. Well, she's got 30 feet of movement. It's difficult. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think she's got enough to make it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. She can't charge because it's not in a straight line, but she's going to run in and try to chomp on the centipede. see. She's got, I believe it's +6 on her attack. Yeah.
This thing's got a tough chitinous hide. Armor class 14, natural armor. Oh, that just barely
14.
connects.
Let's see. So it's not an abominate. It's probably a beast or something, right? So
Large
D8
beast.
+3 +3. So D8 +6. She hits pretty rough.
Don't kill it.
Yes. We should.
No.
He's like, oh, beast, I can take it. I can get it.
13 damage.
13 damage. All right.
You have a druid on the team for a reason.
Yes.
Answer.
Let's see.
It's
It's
trying
not
to
tight. I
eat.
can't ball. So Versa knows difficult terrain because it's one of her ranger things. So she's going to move right here. And rather than grab her bow, because she has her lamp in her offhand, she's going to grab her whip, which gives her reach, and she will attempt to whip the centipede.
I kind of placed it weird, but technically you're within 5 feet.
I'm still all right. Then I back up, so I'm not within 5 feet.
Do you just want to stay in the doorway?
No, because I don't want to block the doorway. So I'll go over here.
All right. As you walk by, it can get an attack of opportunity. Well, actually, no, it can't because it's in the pit. Never mind.
Yeah. And it's prone. I don't think you're allowed to do attacks of opportunity when you're prone either. I could be wrong.
You can just at
I
disadvantage.
think you can, but yeah, with disadvantage. You can
All right.
attack the ankles.
Anyway, so I'm going to attack. Oh, well, not that matter because she got a hit, but Daggermaw would have had advantage when she attacked. So I'm going to attack with advantage with my whip. So +7 on the attack roll. Uh, 22.
Hit.
So that's a D4 +4 damage. So that's 5 damage, but I'm gonna actually replace the D4 with my Psionic dice.
All right.
Right. So that's a 4, so 8 damage. And then Daggermaw is going to use her coordinated attack feature to go and attack with advantage as her reaction.
Giant centipede. Oh shoot! Sorry, we needed to do initiative, huh?
Yeah, I rolled it for you. I rolled badly, but I rolled it.
That's fine.
Daggermaw manages to roll 2 4s, so even with advantage, she manages to not hit the centipede.
All right.
And bonus action, don't have any this turn, so yeah, Vrensa is done for now.
Okay. The Cylops coils around the spikes and climbs back up the side of the wall to make another attempt at biting Morg's ankle.
But there's a tiny morsel right beside me.
It's actually
The tiny
going
morsel is
to,
actually-
before biting, it's going to try to lash each of you with one antenna. So Morg, one antenna slaps at your feet. 13 doesn't hit. The other antenna slaps at Daggermaw. A 12? That doesn't hit either, right?
No, she's got 16.
All
She's
right.
pretty party.
And when it
The way
couldn't
that I'm-
successfully stun you with its antenna, it's going to try to bite with a regular bite attack, and I get an 8, which misses.
The way that I'm reading the multi-attack thing for the Cylops is that I can either make 3 bite attacks or a dazing antenna and 1 bite attack, not 2 dazing antenna attacks and a bite attack. I don't know.
Metagame.
Oh well.
I just wanted to see what it does because later I can transform into it.
Oh, if it's a beast.
But
Yeah.
but it's CR3, so I can't do that until I'm level 9 druid.
Uh, is it a beast though, or is it a monstrosity?
It is.
It's a
It is
beast.
considered a large beast. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So that'll be something cool to turn into. Then. I guess it's what Traxxas.
So I'm going to get into the doorway. I assume that I can see it.
Oh yeah, it's big.
Okay. I am going to use animal friendship. So
Wisdom
try
save?
and beat DC 13.
What is it? Charisma?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. -4. I get a 5.
Huzzah! My first successful animal friendship, other than Vin.
Does it work when we're in combat with it, or does it have like advantage? I forget, or I might be thinking about charm person or something.
No, it does not get any advantages or disadvantages. It is a solid roll.
So the Cylops is convinced that Traxxas means it no harm.
But everyone else is dangerous.
Right.
Well, as a free action, I'll tell everybody, get out of the room.
Mm.
And then I'll back up.
I see what you're trying to do here, but it's like a really super aggressive predator, so it's probably going to try to eat your friends, even if it's not trying to eat you.
Well, that's why I'm going to do some animal handling, as long as everybody gets out of the fucking way.
Okay, that's your turn.
Yes, I moved out of the doorway so that you guys can.
Have you ever seen a snake charmer? Because that's what I imagine is going on here.
Yes, all the animals. Give me all the animals.
Traxxas is a snake. He's just trying to be a charmer.
Yeah, it's like a reverse snake charming. Traxxas is the one wiggling back and forth, and the Cylops is being hypnotized by it.
So is that your turn? Is it Grimor's turn now?
Yes.
Okay, Grimor.
I did use a free action to say everybody out of the room.
Okay, well, he goes before I do.
I don't really believe in that creature.
Do you believe in Traxxas?
I believe that it needs to burn.
It needs to burn. It's very moist though, so that might be kind of hard.
Yeah, it chose to live
It's
in
in
that
this
room because of the
damper.
moisture.
Well, we'll dry it up a little bit. I'll cast a scorch ray on it.
All right.
No! God
Pew,
damn
pew,
it.
pew.
I can never have anything good with this party, can I?
You're gonna have to tame stuff on your own time, not in the middle of combat.
Maybe you can find some eggs and raise them from
Trying to eat me.
a Cylops egg.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do you realize how much that venom is probably worth?
Hit.
Oh,
hit.
trust me,
What? It's
Winston's
venomous?
gonna be trying to get venom out of it as soon as it's dead.
So that's like 18 damage there.
Yep. I really got some better rolls.
I don't think this thing is venomous.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it bites and stings, somehow.
All right. So
Most
your
centipedes are venomous.
3 flaming blasts travel through the hole and through Morg's legs and hit the creature full on in the face, and it roars in pain as its shell is cracked by the flaming darts. Did you want to move?
I'm in this line of sight right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Morg, you can try and sunder it.
I'm gonna move here.
All right.
Under.
You fire your shots. You get
spear?
out of the way.
Yep. I don't know if
Uh,
it spits acid or something like that.
Who's this?
see ya.
Hey,
Oh, hey, how you doing? Sir?
Hey,
we left you
We're in a
behind.
fight. We did.
I have to go cook it.
Totally abandoned
Sorry.
it.
All right, so see ya. The party traveled into the Dwarven dungeon. They checked this hallway for traps. If you're looking on the stream, are you?
I never got the stream link.
Never got the stream link. All right.
Just go onto
you
Twitch and just
pin
look up
it
Ninja
somewhere?
Ninja Galt.
All right.
Wait,
you
what
can,
happened?
You can see the map if you go to that link there.
Alright.
All right. So the party came down the stairs into the main room, checked for traps,
Wait, I'm getting an ad.
getting an ad. They didn't find any traps in the first hall, but the second hall had an oil and explosion trap. They got past that. And they only lost a bunch of rats.
Killed all 8 Traxxas rats.
Yeah, all of Traxxas's rats burned up in that dwarven trap. Then you got
You
to
will be missed, Mr. Snuffles.
Then you guys got to this workshop where you found a whole bunch of scrap metal and tools and stuff, and then you went into this third room where you were attacked by a Cylops, which is basically a giant centipede that has one big eye.
Wow.
All right, so I'm just going to say that you were probably following along with the party, so I'll put you in the room next to Morg. Or not Morg, next to Morcan, probably.
Grimorn.
Or Grimorn.
Grimorn.
Yeah, Grimorn in this game. Where's your figurine at? No.
I'm over here.
I see your figurine. I see Chikra.
So, Creus, is your name literally supposed to be an anagram for Morgan?
Huh?
No, I lost your figurine.
Almost.
I mean, if you you know what an anagram is, right?
Yeah, it's more can.
Yeah, you just mix around the. Yeah, but there's an extra R.
You can still make that work. Morgan.
Well, yeah, sort of. It kind of sounds
Oh,
like
I
it,
found it.
but it's not
I
the
found
same. It's a more can, but it would have been clever, you know? Why not?
Okay, so I'm
Try
gonna
to
say
find
Soul was at least following along with the party, so I'm gonna put you in the dwarven workshop, right here. And combat started in the side room. The Cylops had chewed a hole through each of the doors and had decided to make a base inside that little moist room there.
What's a Cylops?
Cylops, it's
Like what? Like
it's a large centipede. It's about 15 feet long, and it's got one big bulbous eye on its head, like in between its mandibles.
Monocular vision.
And you can just sort of make out the edge of it. It's fighting Daggermaw and Morg in the room, but you can only just barely see it.
Oh, okay. So we're still in combat.
Yes. Yeah, it just hit your initiative. This is the first round of combat.
Actually, it hasn't isn't it Morg's turn?
If Grimorn is done, yeah. He shot a fireball
Yeah,
and then what?
no.
Moved
Alright.
down a little to the side.
I guess Morg's going to attack, and
Okay.
then it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna stand over it in the pit and try to like stab it with my sun charged spear and like get back in there and fall, you shit.
Smack it with the lightsaber. Bzzz. Bzzz.
Oh, you could also try and sunder it to make it easy for other people to hit it. You would be the best person to be suited at sundering.
But what's he
Yeah,
sundering
but I don't
with?
have a blunt. Yeah, I don't have a blunt weapon.
Oh, you don't have your bone club anymore?
It's a D20 plus strength mod proficiency 6 plus.
Oh wait, you
whatever
took
strength.
one of those stone hammers.
That
It's
is
a tool hammer, not a weapon hammer.
Sundering is
It can
all
s-
about the damage. Unless he can do 14 damage in a single hit, it would do nothing.
Oh, I'm pretty sure his spear could do that then.
16.
16 hit.
Okay, does D8 plus 3.
Are you raging?
Oh yeah, we'll be raging.
Most weapons could only succeed on a sunder if they land a critical hit, unless it's a sundering weapon. Just as a rule of thumb.
Okay.
Unless the armor's really weak. It's got AC 14, so that's at the weaker end. Like plate mail would be 19, and it's really hard to do 19 damage without a crit.
D8 plus 6. Is the plus 1 from the magic included in this? I keep forgetting. Because it says a D6 plus 3.
It's got the extra +2 because of its size or something, right? So I think it's factored in.
Yeah, it's a large. Yeah. Okay.
So +1 magic, +2 size,
And range damage.
and then your rage damage on top for an extra 2.
Ooh, maximum.
So,
It also does a D4 radiant damage.
If he was sundering, that would have actually broken its armor, because it did 16. However, he had to do max damage to pull that off, or thereabout.
18 damage, including the radiant.
All right. So you give it several whacks in the face, and you hit it right in the eye, and it recoils, and it falls back into the pit and lands on the spikes, and it gets skewered, and it wiggles about ferociously for like a full 30 seconds before it finally stops moving.
Keep poking it. Fall. Die. Stab.
All right. You've defeated the Cylops.
That was a dramatic ending.
Traxxas can hear the sickening crunch and be like, "No!"
Wait, this was the first round of combat and it's already gone?
Just
Oh,
like
yeah.
churning butter.
Is it edible?
Could be.
If you want to fall in a 10-foot pit of spikes,
I started cooking it.
Yeah, I was going to say
you're
if
cooking
you
it while it's in there.
The spike
you
pit
cook it
isn't very
properly-
deep, so you don't actually... It's not even 10 feet deep, so you don't take fall damage, but you land on spikes
Okay.
that do a d8 spike damage.
Did it chew through any more of these doors, or are these doors fine? Did it only chew through?
No, those doors are both intact. It did not continue further into
Okay.
the dungeon.
Okay, good. Good to know.
Is there anything else in that pit?
Make an investigate.
There were remains, but we don't know what is
Yeah.
in the remains.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I mean, pretty much most anything that would have fallen to those spikes would have
I
been
don't-
shredded.
I don't see shit.
With an 8, you look down
Okay.
into the spiked pit, and all you see is the massive
I don't-
corpse of this beast.
Yeah. I don't even see the spikes.
You might find like a, I don't know, pocket watch or something in there.
Who wants to go and get the
Small
corpse
trinkets.
out?
Well, this is going to have to be a joint effort because it's a large creature.
Yeah, it's probably 800 pounds of bug.
Could we stand on it?
Yeah, I was going to ask, would it be feasible to stand on its corpse avoiding the spikes?
Sure. Yeah.
Like it's full of shell. It's probably tough. Like maybe slippery though. I don't know.
A little bit. Everything in this room is kind of moist. There's a thin layer of green slime growing on all the walls due to the moisture in here.
Yeah. I hate to ask, but we may have to empty one of those flasks of oil. Though I don't want to, I think it would be pertinent to gather up whatever, if there is any venom. Well, I guess we could take out the venom sac with a proper survival check.
Do we have a hook or something we can try to pull it out with a rope?
We have a claw hammer
Mm-hmm.
to remove plates of chitin. Actually, those plates of chitin would probably be feasible as armor.
They sure would be. If you had a skilled craftsman, they could take the Cylops plates and make an armor out of it. Or a shield. Armor class 14. It's comparable to a medium armor.
Oh, we might have to come back. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the
And
trouble.
these
You
are-
keep finding all this stuff that weighs a lot.
Yeah. These are doors here that we see here.
Yeah. Let me give you the description. A reinforced wooden door with a knob. It doesn't appear to be barred or locked. Yeah, just a regular door.
Who is fine at finding traps here?
Rensa.
Yep.
I think you should look at these doors before you
Yeah.
open them.
While you're taking a look at the doors, I'm going to get whatever I can out of this centipede.
Benson and Daggermaw are gonna go and check out the doors. So that's gonna be 2 separate checks or 1 combined check.
Yeah, I'd say with a single check you could get both.
Okay.
They're close enough. As long as you can move into all 4 of those squares during your turn, you can check each one.
So 16.
Okay. You carefully check the doors. You don't see any poison needles or strings attached to the door handle on the other side. If you check the cracks and the grooves, looks pretty safe.
Daggermaw is sniffing furiously, eyeballing it right up close. Are they locked?
No.
Oh.
Can Daggermaw operate doors?
No, she cannot. But Brent's right next to her can.
You shove the centipede down harder into the spikes, Diamond, and you make it pierce the exoskeleton from the inside out.
No, I probably hit the venom sac, the only probably really valuable thing inside there. So, unfortunately, that's gone.
I'm just going to let you know there is none metagaming. I'm just going to let you know it's not a venomous creature.
Well, I guess
it's a psychic thingy. It's a Cylops. It does psychic-y stuff.
Yeah, interesting.
What's going on?
Regardless, none of it is usable now because I botched my roll.
What'd you roll?
A 1.
Okay, so you don't see any traps on either door. Who's going to open a door?
Oh, well, Brent's right there with Daggermaw, so she'll open the first door. I guess on the left.
All right. You open the door on the left. Inside this door. One moment. All right. Opening this door, you see a 5x5 sort of closet. And within this closet, it looks as if some sort of creature, like a plant creature, has grown in from cracks, taking some of the moisture from the room. It's grown thick and viney, and it protrudes through the ceiling. And it's got like a spiky vine, so the entire room is just full of this spiky plant.
Yeah.
At least something's grown down.
Do I know what it is?
Nope, you've never seen it before.
Nature.
Would a survival give a clue?
It'd probably be a nature check.
Yeah. Survival
And
tell me don't touch it. Okay.
All right.
Does it seem like it's alive? Like, is it moving or?
It is not moving. It's a plant. It's a thorn bush, a very thick thorn bush growing through the cracks in the ceiling.
Do you see something between the branches?
Plant
Maybe
life.
behind
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna say to Grimoire, you think you
I
think
might
you
want.
would be able to burn this away? Maybe it's hiding something.
No.
I don't really want to.
The
But can
druid
you
in
see
the party
something
is
through-
horrified.
Could you maybe see if there's something between the branches?
We can burn the bush and then we can say it's a Bible reference.
Mm-hmm.
Can I at least get a cutting of that bush first?
No.
Yeah. They should try to grow this.
Yes, it would be great. It would be great added protection for the grove.
With perception, can I see something in between the branches? Like, or maybe in the back, is there a statue or something or anything, in the, like an object through the branches?
All right. Roll it.
Okay.
You try to perceive in between the plants what's in the room.
10. I have a +8 and I get a stupid 10. Alright.
10
could
is
get a-
enough to see that the cracks in the wall that the plant has grown into. Now this plant is like fairly old and thick, and the plant has like caused the rock to split in various places. And so you can tell that the entire like structure of the room is a very loose and barely held together by this plant at this point.
Oh,
And the spikes, do they look really bad?
Yeah, all the spikes are roughly an inch long.
So like even trying to grab one I could sting myself. Huh?
Yep.
Is this connected to a bigger plant? Is this part of a system maybe?
Well, it's growing down through the ceiling. It could connect to the surface somewhere.
Yeah, that might be a good idea to go on the top and see what's growing above us.
No.
But I don't know. I don't really
I'm
wanna-
gonna get my cutting whether or not anybody likes it or not.
You can if you want, but
Okay.
you never know. That might be poisonous.
It is a spiky thorn bush vine. I don't have anything more specific than that, so make a note.
All right. Well, yeah.
it
Cutting
has
of
cellulose. It has cellulose. Never mind.
cellulose. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, the C word.
You'd be immune to poison anyways.
Cellulose. Cellulose. There we go.
Oh, yeah. I guess we're going into that room after.
More, you go into the next room.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I said I'd go in the next room while Traxxas is busy making cuttings of that thing.
All right. Let me draw something on here.
When I do that, I get my produce flame, and I chuck it in the room, and then it will light up the room for a second, and it'll poof. That's it. Just fizzles out.
Hmm.
And I'll just produce another one afterwards.
The room is a discrete oval with fractured tile walls. There are rodents scurrying from your sight, from the illumination. They scurry across the dirty floor. The room has several unlit candelabras scattered around.
I'll yell at Traxxas, "Hey, here's the chance for you to get more rats."
There's something enormous suspended from the ceiling.
I say this is a boss fight, and we should probably avoid.
You said there were chandeliers in here too?
There's
What's a
candelabras.
boss?
They're built into the wall. They have candles in them. You could light them up, but they're all dark right now.
Okay, if they have candles, yeah, I'll chuck produce flames at it to try to light it.
Okay.
Light 'em.
So, creating a little illumination in the room, you can see that the huge object suspended from the ceiling is some sort of enormous shield.
An enormous shield. Is it something that could be used? Maybe by a half giant or something?
Yeah, it looks like a half giant's shield. Maybe even bigger, like a half giant's tower shield. It's really big.
What is it made of?
It looks to be wood.
And if we look around the corner here, like what do we see?
Okay. Around the corner, it looks like there's a hole in the wall.
Is that where the vine thing is? Here?
It's near the vine thing.
Like on our left here?
No. When you go around the corner there's a tripwire.
Oh, is there? Do I notice it?
Well, nobody made a check for it, so nobody noticed it. When you hit the tripwire, you hear a bunch of chains go slack suddenly. And the shield comes collapsing down from the ceiling with all its weight in this square. Let's see.
Well, looks like I came back to see shit happening.
This is the size of the shield
It
right
is
here.
happening.
Oh, I thought the shield was like in the middle of the room. Like,
It's a giant seal.
A giant shield hanging
Yeah.
from the ceiling above the entrance here. It's not exactly in the center. It's closer to here.
I try to roll back.
Yeah, you guys get deck saves. You can get out of the way if you roll good enough.
Is this an acrobatic?
You could even try a strength save if you just want to catch it and hold it. Morg might want to try that instead.
I would have a +2 with an acrobatic. I don't have a.
Yeah, those are your options. Deck save to jump out of the way, or strength save to catch it as it falls.
I'm gonna do
15.
deck save.
All right, so Grimorn tucks and rolls back out of the way as it collapses.
I'm on my ass and I'm like, holy shit.
I use my danger sense from my barbarian skills. 14.
14. Oof. It was a DC 15.
No.
Are you still raging? Well, probably not, huh?
I don't know.
You
Probably
might
not.
have to.
Well, I mean, if you take the hit, you're not going to die instantaneously.
How much bludgeoning damage do I take from this thing?
You barely missed it too.
And besides, you forget we're healers. We can heal ourselves.
7 bludgeoning damage.
Not that bad.
Not too bad. All right, an enormous shield has landed on you with a thud.
Oh shoot.
Oh.
When I see that after rolling, I tried to go and help him out, like pulling on him.
All right. The shield must
I will
weigh at
give you
least 80
guidance.
pounds. It's quite heavy.
I will give you guidance.
Mark,
Was that like a strength or this
Nah,
time?
you don't need a roll for it. It's fine.
Okay.
And Ninja.
Yeah.
My hit points shouldn't be 24 anymore. That was at level 3.
Okay.
It should be 44.
$34?
No, 44.
44. You got a lot of hit points, huh?
Yep, 2 points from fighting.
Okay.
Crawl
44.
out and stand on top of the shield. Is there anything else in this room?
Jeez, you're on par with Morg.
No, that's not my max HP. My max HP is 51.
Close enough.
Your max HP is what?
51 now.
51? Nice.
Okay.
Not even including my wild shapes.
Looking around the room, you can see that there's some sort of nozzles in the ceiling.
Nozzles.
It looks like a sprinkler system, not that you would have ever seen something like that in this world.
Is this the shower?
No, probably for something else.
Gas chamber?
Not thinking that either. Is it marbled floor?
And the floor is made of stone, the same kind of tiled stone, subdivided into 4 stone squares every 5 feet.
I see.
What could this have been used for?
However, this stone floor is marked by a pattern of small circles.
Are they like divots in the ground?
Yes.
To gather water?
Lamp?
Yep.
Cool. I extinguish my produced flame and I try to pick up the shield. Can I pick up the shield?
Sure.
I raise it above my head.
All right. You're now holding up a shield, an enormous wooden shield.
Are you just gonna walk around the room thinking that it's a dart trap?
No, I think it's acid because it melts the floor. Probably.
So where do you move to?
I don't know. Somebody look for. Can you guys come in here, Renza? Can you come in here and see if there are floor plates that activate this acid rain stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And I will go around and kind of like protect him and Daggermaw while they go search around
All right.
floor plates of acid.
To expedite this a little bit, I'll just show you where you find pressure plates, because there's a bunch of them. There's a pressure
Is
plate.
this room a trap?
Yeah,
Trap room.
this whole room's a trap.
So it probably is a gas chamber.
All right. There's a pressure plate here. There's also a pressure plate here. And here. And here. And here. And here. And here. And here. There's pressure plates all over this room. So as you move around, very carefully searching, you will find a bunch of them.
Good job, Daggermaw and Brenza.
Similar in design. Do you ever step on any of the pressure plates, or are you going to avoid them?
Nah, I'm gonna avoid them, and then I'm gonna move back over to here, and then just drop the shield back down on the ground because it's probably heavy.
80 pounds. Yep. 80 to 100, somewhere in that range.
What's that shield made out of again?
Wood.
You guys want to continue going left? Hug left.
Oh, right. I'll mark an arrow on the wall with the chalk.
Yeah, I guess let's just keep going left. I mean, it's been working.
All right. Do you still have the?
Do you guys want?
Do you still have the shield?
Do you guys want Daggermaw? What's that?
Nope.
No, I said I dropped it because it's heavy.
All right. You put the shield down, but you've made a note of where all the traps are, and you just avoid them.
Right,
We
and
put
there's
little
an
chalk
arrow.
markings next to them.
That too. Yeah, you can put chalk markings right next to them to denote where they are, and an arrow, a chalk arrow.
All right. So
Clean
over
up
here,
all of the.
On.
it looks as if there was a secret door in this wall, but part of the wall has collapsed. So now there's a bunch of rubble and part of a secret door.
Where's that?
You're looking at it.
Oh, in front of morgue.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Should Daggermaw go ahead again?
Hey, if you
Should
want
we
to.
start the regulars? I was asking the party members.
Uh-huh.
Should we start scouting again? Yes. Okay. I'll take that as a yes. So
Diamond, are you trying to make the arrow point this way where we came from, or?
Yes, towards the entrance, and there was also a. Yeah, you already made it. Okay, good.
oops, that was the wrong roll. Sorry.
It's an 18. We know.
Oh yeah, 18. Ignore this one then. So it's an 18.
Okay. The secret
And
passage.
then my second.
The secret passage revealed. It's a narrow dwarven passage, barely 5 feet wide, maybe more like 4, and probably not even 5 feet tall. So you probably have to duck a little bit if you're tall. Like Morg would have to crouch down to get in here. And
I'm thinking this might be an escape tunnel.
it's roughly dwarf-sized, and it seems to run to the west, quite a ways.
Any traps
Not yet.
in this first section?
Nothing that
All
you
right.
have to tick.
All right. And if we want just to save time, we can use the second roll. So the second roll, 14, is for the next section.
All right. It eventually loops around to the south.
And Saya said something. Got yeeted.
Oh, is he gone again? Damn it.
Yep.
Let's see, we got a 19 this time for this next section coming up.
All right, that's going to get you to the end of the hall. You didn't detect any traps. Very samey
All right.
hall runs to the south quite a ways.
Only a 12 for this next section.
It still looks safe to you. And to Daggermaw.
All right.
How long does the Eagle Splendor last for?
An hour, as long as I maintain concentration. 9.
Traxxas is
Ninja,
gonna
how long
go
were we
wait
taking
at
our
the
time
entrance.
to search that whole place with the pressure plates?
5 minutes, something like that.
Okay, never mind then.
All right.
Anything nasty jumping out at us yet?
It looks like
No.
they didn't put any traps in this secret passage because you've made it this far and you haven't detected a single one.
All right.
Probably their like exit route or
Like I said,
they
an
would just
escape
run
tunnel.
around. Yeah, for dwarves. In case a bunch of tall people were chasing them. Yeah, it's pretty much just it's a dwarf tunnel highway. Warren, you there? We just assume you guys are following.
My knees are getting tired.
This is kind of weird. This is seems to be surrounding the rooms we were in. Where's this leading?
All right, guys. Left or straight? Left has been working out for us, right?
Left.
All right.
Are we still marking
Daggermaw's
our
gonna
way?
start picking up, start being careful again since we're coming out of this tunnel, I assume.
Are we still marking
Or is
our
it
way?
more of the tunnel?
Yeah, I'm
Is
gonna
it more
mark
of
an
the tunnel?
arrow at the.
So the tunnel continues to run east. This is like, it was like 100 feet south and then 200 feet east. And then you come to this intersection here. And it looks like it has like a parallel tunnel to this one if you cut across and then run east.
Okay.
But you can also
Well, we're gonna.
see that the tunnel continues forward if you wanted to explore further to the east.
We're gonna go left like we have been.
Okay.
Turn left, right here.
What's your trap roll there?
Trap roll. Let's find out.
Methinks there's a trap now.
Yeah. Well, I think we're just saving time economically by saying doesn't matter what the rules are. So 19.
Okay, Daggermaw stops before entering that space where you just placed him. And
Oh.
barks. Bark, 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 bark.
Oh, what is girl? Runso kneels down and starts examining very carefully what might have sent Daggermaw.
Okay, stretched across right here is a nearly invisible tripwire. And at the far end of the hall here, there is a crossbow.
It
Okay.
probably only has one bolt in it. We could use the lead bar to disable it.
Not just any crossbow, though. I'm talking like a big crossbow, like a siege weapon, like a ballista bolt.
Well, let me examine how this tripwire works. Let me check it out real quick. So Vanessa's gonna very gingerly kind of poke her head out and check this thing.
I mean, can you
Are
not
you, like,
just stand on
guidance
this
again?
corner and like
Sure.
stab the rope?
It looks
Yeah,
like it would
Well,
be
it
easy to cut.
depends.
It's incredibly thin.
It depends because tripwires can be one of two things. They can activate on tension, or they can activate when tension is also lost.
Is this tripwire suspended?
Yeah, it's about a foot off the ground.
So
Let
I'm
me see.
thinking.
I'm checking out the trap using my thieves tools, and I got a 37. And oh no, my psionic die just dropped
It's a D6.
to D6.
All right. So,
So are you like cutting the wire?
if you cut the wire, it'll fire. However, you could bypass it by just stepping over it.
Ah, see. So this is the one that activates when the tension's broken, not when the tension's applied.
Yeah. So if we cut it and the thing fires, then it'll be harmless.
I want that bolt. It might be valuable. If it hits this wall over here, it might shatter. Also, who says that there's not something nasty on the bolt, like an explosive?
It's true.
So, is there? So we
Well,
can step
if we know
over it.
it's there, we can.
We know it's there. It's easy enough to avoid. So we'll gingerly step over it.
Okay.
And
No,
Daggermaw
Daggermaw
keep
will have to hop
exploring.
over it.
So at the end of the hall, there's a large trap ballista. It's not really designed to be wielded or moved. It's sort of like built into the wall. And it only has like one piece of ammunition. Once it's fired, that's it.
Okay. Unless it looks complicated, Bento will just simply disarm it by taking the bolt out.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll actually do a disarm roll. Is it anything special, the bolt, or anything like that, or is it just a big, giant arrow?
It is a giant-sized crossbow bolt. I guess technically it would be considered a huge one, like several sizes up.
All right. I'll just set it aside, and we'll keep going. I'll make another trap roll.
All right. Adjacent to the crossbow, there's an intersection here, and there's another hallway. Now, this hallway runs from here to here, and it's got one path going north, one path going south at the other end here.
As much as I want to see via metagaming, because I can see on the map it's short and I want to go right, but we've always been going left, and we're going to go left.
All right. With a 21, you don't find any traps in this hall?
Well, you can still look
Left has
around
been-
the corner.
Left has been the proper path so far, so
That's far.
let's
You can
continue on left.
Alright.
Damn, this is a massive dungeon.
9. Yeah.
All right. Now, where was that check at? Over here?
So that would have been these 4 squares. So Daggermaw ending up here. Did she find something nasty the hard way?
All right. Daggermaw finds another hallway branching west and east. Daggermaw can see a door. The door is over to the right, and to the left, this entire area is collapsed rubble.
Oh, well. Rensa turns around saying, I guess we've run out of lefts.
Well, let's take the right then.
No, that just means we back out this way and we go left this way.
13.
All right, so over to the left, it looks like this. There's a cave-in. There were stairs here, but the dwarves caved it in so that nobody could ever get deeper below.
Oh, it's down
Well.
the stairs.
We're going to need to bring some miners in. Figure it out. So that was not a spectacular roll, but there's 3 squares in the door, so Dagger Models, that 13 will be for the three squares in front and the door.
You keeping up, seeing Chris?
Yeah. It's difficult to do much, when we're just following in a line.
That Sia seems to have wandered off again.
Yeah. I wonder if he's having internet connectivity problems.
I would probably assume that's it, because I mean he's come back in here every time.
Although sometimes it's like a phone call or something. All right.
Actually, could we take a short break? We've been going for quite a while.
Yeah, it's 10:30. Let's do that. Take a little break. I'll grab a drink and come
Alright.
back in a few.
I'm going to have a cig.
Dinner. Is anyone else back?
Yeah, I mean.
Psycho's back.
Hello. Did you also go somewhere? Probably.
I have returned.
Hey, Diamond.
Hey, Long.
What's the cigarette?
Huh?
Oh, I assumed you had a cigarette.
Oh, I did.
I asked how was it.
Habit forming. Sorry, not trying to mock you there, Dragon.
Like, I can't even feel it anymore. It's just like every other cigarette.
I am trying to stop, especially since I saw the Garcello Rec D video on YouTube.
Is that the one where they show you how black your lungs turn?
No, it's I'm pretty sure you've heard of the game Friday Night Funkin', right?
Actually, no.
Go check it out. Lots of people
Friday
have
night
made
what?
Friday Night Funkin'.
Funkin'?
Yes,
Funkin.
yes. It's a really good game. The developers are putting kind of like a canon story into it, but a lot of people have made mods for it, and a good portion of the mods that I've seen are pretty good. And they also have some pretty banger songs. But Rec D does Friday Night Funkin' one better in that he actually has kind of like voice acting more than just what the the original mods conversations and words to the music, to the rap battles.
I'm a little lost. What does this have to do with the cigarette?
Well, Garcello was a mod of a guy who smokes and creates colored plumes of smoke from their cigarettes, and Rec D made it so that basically it tells of how, you know, like addicting cigarettes are. It's like in one of the cut scenes, not exactly an animated cutscene, but a drawing of the events of what Garcello went through. When he got the cigarettes from the pack, there was a chain leading up and around his wrist, so he can't stop smoking them.
Right. That's
So-
what addictions are.
Exactly. And smoking is my chain of addiction. Next to gambling, but we're not going to get into that.
Do you buy loot boxes?
No, I've recently gone to 2 different casinos. One I
I'm
actually
back.
welcome back. We were just talking about addiction.
I got roped into a conversation about COVID vaccines. It took me a minute to get out of it. All right, here we are.
Are we still talking about addiction? Are we done?
Yeah, don't let me stop you. I am interrupting. Continue.
Well, I mean, I was just saying I had self-control at one casino, but another casino, which I actually used to frequent a lot, and I had a lot of bad luck at keeping myself under control. Yeah.
You need a better addiction, man, like sex addiction.
Yeah, that was actually me in my 20s, and it's not pretty.
Yeah, gonorrhea, syphilis, fucking the clap.
I managed to dodge
Crabs.
all of those somehow. Not that last one.
Man, I feel bad for you. Always having itchy balls and a fucking cock all the time.
Have you ever watched Baki? Baki the Grappler, the anime?
Actually, it goes away very quickly because you just use those lice combs, and poof, it's gone.
In the anime Baki the Grappler, Baki's father Yojiro is said to have gotten AIDS, but because his kung fu was so strong, the AIDS was defeated by his immune system.
Nice.
That's
pretty
funny.
good.
Anyway, let's continue.
I didn't know that secret of kung fu.
All right, guys. So to the left, there is a collapsed staircase to a lower level. To your right, there is a thick iron door.
Oof.
Wait. A door made of iron? Actual iron.
Yes, we know.
Brenta starts looking for ways to take it off its hinges.
You can leave it until later. We need to make sure that this place is safe first.
Do you have a screwdriver?
I guess it's not
I mean,
entirely
it's-
made of iron. It's probably iron reinforced. It just basically means it's a tougher door to get through. But yeah, you could try to take it off the hinges. You'd have to smash it down.
Yeah. Brenta's making mental notes. This door's coming with us.
And this door is locked with a padlock.
Yeah. Here, hold on, Daggermaw. Brenta's gonna do her thing.
Mommy's got this.
Yes. Just open the door
Who's
first.
my guidance monkey? I need more guidance.
I guidance you with the power of nature. With the Earth Mother at your
Your fingers become smaller
Over
and
your
more
shoulder.
dexterous.
That's a 26 to pick the lock.
Lucky day, the lock is picked.
What kind of padlock is this?
super dwarven padlock.
Let's say bronze.
Probably bronze. I was
Bronze.
gonna say bronze.
I'm gonna toss it in the loot pile. If we could put that on the note card. Padlock
Were you
comes
like
right off.
were you specifically asking like if it's like an advanced lock with like what's the DC to pick it if we want to use it on one of our tests?
I mean later, yes, but for right now, since it's a padlock,
Yeah.
that means it comes right off the door. So I'm adding it to the loot pile.
Okay.
You said what? Large bronze lock? Is that what you said?
Yep, it is a bronze padlock. The DC on it is 23.
Oh, nice.
Snoo, make
So
a
I
female.
just made that.
It's like
That's a
a
hiding spot.
masterwork dwarven padlock.
Oh, masterwork dwarven padlock.
A regular one would only be 20. This one's 23 because it's a high quality masterwork with multiple tumblers.
Nice. Can unlock all sorts of things.
We
man.
could get it enchanted with an alarm spell. That way it'll set off an alarm if anybody tries to mess with it.
Yeah. Hold that thought,
Hey.
guys. I'm going to go AFK for just a minute.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Sure. That sounds like a really nice idea, actually.
Whatever you
I
have
mean-
the most valuable, you know.
I do have my occasional moments of genius.
There's not that many masterwork locks in existence, so hey.
Yes, and a magic lock that would alarm us to anything that's trying to break into our shit.
Well, only if we're relatively nearby.
Well, the padlock
think
could
alarm-
also be used for something like a bag of holding. Lock the clasp.
I don't know if a bag of holding necessarily has a clasp or if it's more of a drawstring kind of thing. But you're onto something. I like what you're putting down. First things first, though, is we need to go and find a master locksmith to make a key to this. So I'm not stuck trying to pick it every time we're trying to open it.
I mean, all that would really need to be done is making a mold. That way, once the mold is made, the key will basically form itself.
All right. Sorry about that.
No worries.
There's a large room on the other side of that door.
Morg picks up Daggermaw and throws them into the room.
Wait. Sacrifice one somewhere else?
Well, it's a room, so normally you guys like to rush in rather than have me explore it slowly. So
Not me. I'd go ahead and take it at your leisure.
by that, Brenta was meant kind of speaking to Morg more because that's what he's done the last 3 rooms.
I agree with him.
Are you running in again, Morg, or shall we take this one slowly?
Yeah, we can take this one slowly.
All right.
Wait,
Did the
we should oil
padlock
the
freak
hinges.
you out a little bit? Yeah.
We should oil the hinges.
That thing's coming off its hinges soon enough.
Yes, but for now, let's try and make a quiet entrance. We don't know what mischievous beasts
Let's
might be
see.
inside.
16 on the investigation check coming through that door.
16. You don't see anything on the other side of the door.
All right.
All right, this area is separated by bars, except for one area where the bars seem to have been warped and bent into molten slag, leaving a hole. The nondescript stone
What?
walls, floors, and ceilings are smooth and dusty. Ceiling is 30 feet tall. Rafters midway up.
What do you mean? So the floor is made of bars of something?
Nah, hang on. Let me get an object. For
I think
this.
he's referring to this entrance over here.
Oh, there's an opening that was melted. Got it.
But we should take that as a warning sign.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Because something very hot moved through there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. There's iron bars.
So this was probably like a jail cell of some sort.
And the description said that there was a hole in the iron bars. That's been melted through. I'll put it here.
Was this recent or are those bars cooled?
Doesn't look recent. They are cool.
My God, they're just making everything out of iron in here. How rich were these dwarves?
They live under a mountain. What do you
Well,
think is going to happen?
It's probably not actually iron.
Ah,
I don't know. This generator is like general purpose, so it's going to say general D&D things like iron bars. In Dark Sun, it's probably not iron. I don't know what they'd be made of, stone or something.
Bronze or brass?
They probably have some sort
Well,
of
that's the
dwarven
metal.
stone shaping.
okay, so it's stone, and somebody melted a hole through it by making lava. Got it. And what's behind in this corner over here, like around the other side of the door?
There's some dwarven furnishings, stone chairs and a table. It's like a dwarven vase with some dead plants in it.
So it's like a living room, sitting room kind of area.
Yeah, there seems to be like a little waiting area off to the side.
All right. Well, Daggermaw, we'll do another investigation check, and we'll go towards the melted hole
All right.
in the fence.
It looks like at one point there was a way to get through this, like a door or something, but it's been melted off.
All right. Well, that wasn't great. That was a 13.
Well, you don't see any traps.
Is this a wall right here?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, hang on. No. Oops.
I'm guessing these bars are supposed to extend more to the left.
All right, guys. So through the hole in these bars, or shall we continue our normal path of always take the left?
Always.
I think we should go forward on this one,
Wanna go
because
through the bars?
if we go left, that's headed back towards the area that we came from.
Ah, but there's a lot that we may have bypassed going through that secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
I'd like to go through.
Maybe, but there seems to be more off
Alright.
to the east as well.
All right, let's
Well-
let's go through the hole then.
If there's a hole in this wall, there must be a reason for that.
Yes, the reason is something that can melt a hole through rock.
So we
Which
should
means that it
be
would have to
careful
reach-
with that. Maybe taking a look in the ceilings and areas like that.
Which means it would have to reach a heat of 1200 Celsius.
So 18 going through the hole is the investigation roll.
Grimoire, can your fire god go 1800 Celsius?
Easily.
Okay.
Wonderful.
No traps.
God is in here. Or was in here. Cooled down now.
Come on. It's not letting me grab my figurine.
Yeah, the circle thing in the middle like fucks it up normally.
Perception's off.
All right.
Like to
Oh,
look
looks
into
like
this-
people are running ahead. So Grimoire and Traxxas running past.
I'm just trying to fit in there. We got Sol here.
I'm actually going forward.
All right.
All right.
I think,
Hold on.
What kind of trap did he throw in Traxxas?
Let me fix a couple things. All right. So in this room, you can see that there is a crude wooden door with a simple rope handle over here, and a similar door over here. Low security beyond the metal or stone gates.
This might be a cell side.
I'll make an investigation check in the general area I'm in. Might as well.
And also, is there anything weird on the ceilings anywhere
Oh, you've
around
got to be
us?
kidding me.
All right. Trexus goes over to a very ordinary-looking wall. It's perfectly smooth and has no detail on it. You find nothing.
All right.
Is there anything particular about the ceiling?
The ceiling is quite tall. Like I said, this room's 30 feet tall, and there are rafters that run crisscross 15 feet up above you.
My produce flame does not even light up the ceiling.
So there's 2 doors. Do we see?
Yes. A door on the left side and a door on the right side of the room.
Who wants to lead? Well, I'll go at this door. And I'll poke it and see if it opens easily.
Yeah, it does. Inside is another room. Generating.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'd be able to see anything even outside of the circle of light.
Oh, yeah, if you can see up into the ceiling area, into the darkness where the light doesn't extend, you have dark vision, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, there's actually another melted hole, but it comes in from this room to the left, up in the ceiling area.
Traxxas will quickly, I guess, hiss at the party. Hey, danger that way. There's a melted hole.
Is it like above my head or above our heads?
Mhm.
The melted hole is here, but it's very high up.
Do we see anything inside?
Okay. Well, you opened up the door. What you see inside this room, this front area is full of rubble. You see a bunch of rubble here and some strewn on the ground here. The back area has a lot of it.
Does it look like a cave-in of some sort?
Some sort, yeah.
It's not too safe around there. I don't know if maybe more parts of the ceiling will fall.
Can I do a nature check and see if I know anything about any natural beings that might be able to burn holes through rock?
Sure.
Look that up. I didn't take it as one of my proficient skills, so I guess I'm just gonna have to go with a +1. Dice gods, do not fail me again.
Let's see. Broken stones are scattered. Humanoid bones cover the uneven stone floor. What do you have, a 4?
Yep.
All right. You check into the room. You see the collapsed rubble. It does look pretty dangerous, as if chunks of the ceiling caved in.
Can I do a perception? Seeing if I notice anything.
Yeah, you could find some natural dangers, like maybe unstable ceiling that could fall at any moment.
I
Give
will
us
chuck
17.
my fire over into here,
Mm.
where the rubble is and the bodies are.
What was that perception check, too?
17, yeah.
17? All right. I might have to rethink what I was just about to do.
Okay. Is there parts of the walls that seems to be moving or like being reflective or wavy of some sort?
Yeah,
Talking about like heat distortion.
I don't think you guys can handle a CR-22 fire drake.
Oh,
There you go. Can we?
Can you make us fire immune, Grimoire?
Well, I can protect us. I can give you a resistance, or I can immune you if you're close to me for a period of time.
How long is a period of time?
Maybe to go through a spell, or if there was like a big flame or something.
Almost ready. Hope this is the right
Maybe we
bag.
should just avoid the thing that's creating giant melty holes through solid
It must
rock.
die.
Well, I don't know. There's no period of time, but it says that it's a concentration. So ninja, you'd have to like decide how long it lasts.
Concentration on what?
The channel divinity flame control. Like
I
level
believe
2.
it's instant.
Then how's the
So you only
concentration?
become
But
it
what does it has for concentration then?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
for 1 round. If they hit you in the middle of your concentration, it ends.
It might
already.
be so that you can't cast it while you're also using another concentration spell.
I don't know.
And if you're like trying to make other people immune before the end of your turn for 1 round, then if somebody attacks you before,
You're not talking about the cantrip
Other
control flames. You're
people.
talking about like an ability, right?
Yeah, level 2 fire cleric.
Yeah, I think that's just a passive ability that you have.
But is it like? Does it last like a minute? Does it last?
It
if
lasts
I
as
have
long
to
as you
over-
concentrate, I believe.
Holy fuck.
But
Okay.
it uses a channel divinity though.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty good. You know, seriously, if you had like a giant drake that spits fire on you, would you want to be 10 feet around me that immunes you?
Unless the fire drake decides not to use fire and just to claw and bite you.
Well, who knows? You know? But at range, I'd probably try and think that it would like burn us. Still like a monster, you know. Oh fuck.
That's inside the cave.
Oh no.
That's what killed all the dwarves.
Who's going in
Oh
first?
boy. It's a dragon.
It's not actually a dragon.
Uh,
Your perception check detects the sounds of heavy breathing of something large. Just a steady in, out. When you throw your
It's a-
fire in, nothing happens immediately. It does illuminate
For
the cave, though.
Oh, sorry. For a survival, would it help me with maybe can have an idea of
No.
what it might be?
Based on the
Well, not
breathing
necessarily.
sound, no, you can't tell.
Okay. I mentioned it. I don't I stay quiet. I hear something in there.
No. Traxxas will stay. We'll send Vin and see what it is.
It's a deep
And then,
sound. You have it's listen. You'll see there's a rhythm.
So Traxxas quietly orders Vin to scout.
Scouting ahead, Vin is going to come around the corner and see a really big snake.
Oh fuck yes! As soon as Vin comes back in, as soon as Vin comes back with that information, Traxxas is gonna say, "Everybody, shut the fuck up. Let me handle this."
I'm gonna back up.
It's nice to know you.
I'm going to go into the room. I have a piece of dried meat at the ready for the spell, of course. And I am going to use animal friendship on this snake.
Does it work while it's sleeping?
It doesn't say it doesn't.
Tempting to
Into
wake it up
4
with
or
food.
higher, it negates, right?
Yeah.
So you try to animal friendship the young red
Big
drake coiled in the room, and it pays no heed to your attempts.
Okay, well, I'll slowly approach, still offering the piece of meat, and and let's see if I can get close to this thing. I'm gonna have to roll an animal handling for this.
Well, you can get closer to it because it hasn't even woken up yet. It's still
I
rhythmically
s-
breathing in and out, in and out.
What do you see?
All you hear is just over and over.
What is around the
Right.
corner? What is around the corner?
Traxxas can probably see Grimorn and kind of waves him off a little bit. Traxxas will head back to the party, and having a
Who's your new
Drake
snake friend?
and having a Drake form, will go over to Varenza and whisper, "There's a Drake in that room."
Oh, so it's not a snake. It's a drake. Probably leave it alone.
Well,
Are you
it is a
crazy?
youngling, and we do have the upper hand. We could possibly try to capture it, but
Could
keeping
we?
it calm enough to, realize that we're not a threat.
You'll have to put it to sleep.
Oh, it's already asleep.
No, but in case it wakes up.
Well, we do have Soul. I think Soul knows how to put things to sleep.
I don't think you can tame a a a, a, a beast of elemental origin like that. I don't think these things are tameable.
I think we should sleep.
Pretty sure. I mean, I think our choices really are back away slowly and leave it the hell alone, or try to kill it.
Well,
I might have an
Kill
idea.
it has a really high possibility of me losing my skin.
I might have an idea. I do still have my water skin of alcohol with me.
So it can burn you.
No, dummy. I'm going to throw it into its mouth.
And try to poison it.
So a little question: do we know what kind of drake it is?
Its
It's
scales
a,
were a mottled red color.
Yes, and I would be able to tell you this since I have dark vision.
I don't think we
Dark
should
vision
kill
isn't
it.
black and white.
Well, there's a
You
light in
know,
the room.
I don't think
Mark
we
threw
should
his torch
kill
in.
it.
Oh, that's
Nah,
right.
it's a fireball, and once I throw it, it dissipates very quickly. It doesn't stay there lighting up the area.
Yeah,
It's
really?
just like a ping, throwing I don't
Yeah, I guess
know,
if there's
like
no
a-
light source, you can't tell what color it is.
Well,
Yeah, dark vision, but I don't know that he would be able to notice.
Plus, the light would stop here if I threw it over where I threw it where the rubble is, anyways. I mean, I could throw more,
Right.
but it dissipates as soon as I hit something, or the 30 feet it goes.
Well, I could lit it as
Right.
well, but
well, we definitely could take it by surprise. Although it would be fairly sad to see such a young creature die, but I do understand the dangers.
I don't think we should attack a creature of flames.
Do you want wings?
That's good RP right there. He definitely would not want to harm a fire creature like this.
I'm not exactly sure that the gods would be happy with that.
Do
This
the
is
gods
So-
actually get along with dragons, though?
drakes are the most elemental creature that exists on Athos. They're as close to an elemental as it gets.
If it was a water drake, I'd be all in. But a fire creature, no.
Well, I mean, if we leave it alone, it could come. It could wake up, come along, and catch us off guard, and then kill us all, Grimorn.
We could try to feed it.
Just
Do
what
you
Traxxas
realize
tried
how
to do.
much food it would take to feed a young drake? We wouldn't
As much as
do.
it-
We would be just a snack for a young drake.
Throw Saul at it.
You're lucky it's a baby, because a full-size drake would eat your whole party.
I don't know. Maybe we could relocate it, kick it out.
I don't know how you guys would handle a CR-22 Drake that can do legendary actions. I looked at the stat block and I was like, yeah, I'll throw a baby at you first.
Actually, that gives me an idea.
Terrified of where its parents are, though.
I tell everybody, wait here. Let me try something first. And if it doesn't work, well, I'm gonna have to either run away or do what
Roll
we'll
another
need to.
character sheet.
Are they animals? Like
No, it counts
I
as a
am
dragon.
going-
sort of
It's
an
definitely a
intelligence?
dragon.
I am going to go into Drake form.
So even at that age,
I
what
thought
kind
you
of
already turned into a drake.
what kind of intelligence would it have?
Not very much. It's got 4. It's got enough to beat animal friendship, but not much else.
Right. So I'm going to go into Drake form. Let me just look for it. Should be in my bag here. No, it is not. Dang. Oh wait, here it is. Here it is. Found it.
Yeah, it was on the table somewhere. I got one over here. Drake form. You got it too? Okay.
It's like starry blue, though, right? It's gonna be like, you're not my parents.
It's a baby. If it sees another Drake, I think it's going to realize that, maybe this is its parent. You know what? Skip the whole Drake thing. It's a baby. I'm going to try and animal handle this thing.
Oh boy. Do it. Do it. I want to see what happens.
You don't want to realize that you're not a drake, and then it just burns you.
Well, he said never mind the Drake form. He's just going in
I know.
regular.
It's like, well, waiting for a disaster.
Yeah, you guys just stay behind in case something happens. But
I'll
I'm
stay
going
close.
to put a little bit of actually a lot of dried meat up to its nose and kind of let it sniff a little bit. Right, I also have to make that animal handling check.
When you enter the room, you make some noise. It rolls a nat 20 on its perception check, which wakes it up.
Okay. So, making that animal handling I make myself look smaller, less threatening.
It's dear.
What kind of meat do you offer?
It's dried meat, so
All right. The Drake, its eyes open, and it looks around, and it clacks its beaked maw a couple times, and it's got row upon row upon row of sharp obsidian fangs in its mouth, and its eye is going to sort of snap, zoom, focus in on you and the meat, and all right, so it will uncoil itself and rise up into sort of like a rattlesnake position, where it's almost looking down at you now, with the bottom of it coiled in a big coil and the top of it arcing up and looking down at you. And it looks at the meat, and it looks at you. What was your roll again?
17.
17. Ugh, nat 18. That's not good. So it thinks that you look like a tastier morsel than the meat that you're holding, and it's going to just bite your entire arm. So let's see. A Drake's bite attack. Baby Drake +3. An 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. So all of those obsidian fangs I mentioned do 11 slashing damage to your hand. All right, so it's now got Traxxas's hand in its mouth, and it's bit down pretty hard. I'm going to roll initiative. I guess everybody should roll initiative, and I'll reset it.
Gonna need a lot of good berries.
What is the ability with the half elves have with like animals?
Yeah, they have like a charm animal thing. This is a dragon, though. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
5 plus 5 is 10.
Oh right, I gotta make a
10.
roll. I mean, I could still try and animal handle it.
Oh. Let's see. 10. Advantage.
Man, my rolls are.
No, eat the food, not
24. Rentz's initiative is a 24.
Have brought me living sacrifice.
Ooh,
You shall be
16
the
for Jack.
sacrifice.
Let me know when you're all ready.
I got mine.
Psycho's ready.
Ready. Create you ready.
Psycho Frog, you are first. You hear Traxxas let out a scream or something as the hand is bitten down on by those giant fangs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See what could only have been predicted by everyone.
It was off by 1.
Didn't we just say that that's what's gonna happen?
And I'm going before the fire drake, so I have advantage, so I will take a sniper shot at its face.
No, not the baby dragon.
It's a baby dragon or my buddy. So
Take out the Pokemon ball thing.
uh, so let's see. So that's +4 to hit. I have advantage.
You can cloak yourself in fire drake skills. Think about it, Grimorn.
I guess
Well,
the
at least
spell will
I
do
skipped the
nice
1.
shit.
That's a 9. I ain't gonna hit nothing.
All right. It hits, but its scales are really, really thick. Even for a baby, it's like it's wearing some heavy armor.
I want a shield made of that head.
Or maybe it's more
see.
like just like really, really tough leather. I'd say it's more like tough leather than iron.
And
Well, since you didn't hit, you can't get the co-op strike, so it's Morg's turn.
no,
Does it
well,
have to land? I thought it's just when you
no,
attack.
I just have to attack, and Daggermaw just has to see me, but Daggermaw can't. There's nothing to attack other than Morg. And I don't have any bonus actions to play, so yes. I'm done. Morg, your turn.
Okay. Hearing the bitch scream, I'm going to wild shape and dash in there as a giant hyena. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And I'm gonna. If I go over here, does this give me advantage to hit, or I have to be on the other side of it? Completely.
Nah, it wouldn't work unless Traxxas moved over. It's got to cut through to the other side. So if you're on this side, it's got to cut through this side. So he'd have to be this square, or this square potentially. Like any of these three would do it.
Which are all walls, so no.
Right.
Okay. I am technically squished with this creature now because I am large.
I think hyenas are long, aren't they?
Yes.
They're tall.
I'd say because you have enough space lengthwise, you can probably not squeeze there.
Okay. Oops. I did not mean to grow the light thing, just my character. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna start like I'm gonna bite at its back end or its side,
Yeah.
rib cage, its wing.
The coil. These things are very snake-like. A lot less like a dragon and a lot more like a big red snake.
Okay. Yeah, my bonus action was to transform and. Oops, why is it rolling so many dice? Stop that. Why is it adding a d4? Oh, are you serious in that one?
Oh, it says if the
Oh,
beast's
no.
intelligent. Okay, never mind. I see.
Or,
Okay, so I see how I can handle this. I got this.
As you attack your opponent, you begin to fear that they are the superior combatant. Disadvantage on your next attack roll against your target.
Oh no.
Daggermaw's turn?
Don't worry. Don't worry. I have
Daggermaw.
a solution to this.
Daggermaw is gonna dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. That's it.
Soul is not here, so we'll just say that he's cowering in the background.
Oh, no. I'm going to have Soul do something. Soul.
As is tradition.
Soul is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, diagonal to here. And Soul is going to look into the room and see a drake. And Soul is going to...
Sing a lovely
dim light
song.
would go away. There would be no dim light because I have transformed. Excuse me.
All right, I opened his character sheet. Give me a moment to peruse what he can do.
Dissonant whispers, vicious mockery.
Like occasionally try to stab
Bardic
something.
inspiration. Bardic inspiration.
Mm.
Oh wait, I don't know why I should have done reckless attack.
Is Bardic Inspiration a bonus action? He can do both, right? He can cast a spell and Bardic Inspiration?
Yep.
All right, so I'll throw a Bardic Inspiration on... Traxus, probably? You seem to be in worse shape here. And the Dissonant Whispers, he attacks the creature. It's got to make a save. Wisdom save. It's probably going to fail this one. I only rolled a 9. And it gets no modifier, so it fails. Which means it's going to take... he can cast it as a higher level, so he can do 46 Psychic. Alright. Time to make his character a superstar. 18 psychic damage.
Nice.
Wow. Okay.
All right, so Sia has entered the room, and Sia is going to whisper, "Hey, man, I heard that this Drake is just like a baby and is like weak and stuff and isn't very strong, and like we could totally kick its ass. That's what I heard. Y'all should believe me." So, and the dragon's like, "Oh man, my feelings are hurt." All right.
Wait, I thought you said you were doing Dissonant Whispers, not Vicious Mockery.
No, Dissonant Whispers does 3d6 psychic damage, and then he did it
I'm
as
back.
a higher level. Oh, you're
Wait,
back
what's-
now that I just did your
You
entire
just-
turn for you.
Yeah. See, you just attacked the dragon. Head on.
Dragon.
Yeah, I had you enter the
Yeah.
room and cast Dissonant Whispers and throw a bardic inspiration on
Traxus.
on Traxus. Hopefully that's what you would have done, because
I would have.
all right. And you landed 18 psychic damage on it. It was a marvelous success.
Thank you.
Now it's got to run away, doesn't it?
Well, now that you're here, do you want to roleplay your turn a little bit? Like, that was the mechanics that played out, but what do you do or say?
I'm terrible at a role play.
So we'll just go with what you said, Ninja.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to shut him out. He showed up. Let him do his turn. You may be bad at roleplay, but that's what the game's about, man.
Be bad on purpose.
Dissonant whisper.
Okay. You whisper at the dragon. What did you whisper?
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
All right. The dragon's confused. That's why it took psychic damage. It doesn't know what 5 gum is. All right.
Right.
Well, the drakeling is going to open its mouth and breathe a cone of fire directly onto.
Can I activate that ability?
You can do it as a reaction, right?
It doesn't really tell. It's a divine ability. You know, I have to spend a point.
So your divine, whatever that's called. Yeah, the divine thing.
Yeah, the channel.
Divine channeling, channel divinity. That's it. All right. So
Exactly.
you use your channel divinity.
Yep.
All right. And everybody within 30 feet is fire immune, right?
10 feet is immune. 30 feet gain resistance to fire.
All right. Well, within 10 feet, it's not going to
Is
count.
everyone except Morg?
Well, Traxxas is at 15 feet because it's diagonal, right?
Oh yeah.
Did you want to move before you cast it? Well, I guess it's not your turn. You can't.
No, it's not my turn.
Does it moves with you, right?
Well, it still gives us resistance.
Exactly. Like here where we're standing, we're gonna be safe. Over there, you're gonna have resistance.
Dagger
And-
Maw becomes immune. Vin becomes immune. Traxxas has resistance to the flame. It opens its mouth and it breathes a cone of fire. The Drake's cone of fire deals 3d6 fire damage. You get resistance, and it's a dexterity save for half, DC 11.
Okay, so that's what I got. Anyway,
It only does 6. Oof. So 6 resisted down to 3, and then you fail to reduce that further, so it's at 3 damage.
Darn.
Oh, that fire breath was not quite as scary as we thought.
well, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Can it be my
Yeah,
turn, please?
I understand.
All right. So the Drake lets
could've
out a
been-
roar as it breathes fire. That's its turn.
could've been much worse.
Traxxas, what do you do? Your eyebrows are a little singed if you had any.
I go Drake form and I cast Animal Friendship at level 3. Because I just read Animal Friendship. If I cast it at a higher level, I can increase the intelligence level that I can use on beasts and animals.
Really?
Yes. So at level 3, I can use intelligence 5. So now
Also
that
make a
I'm
save though, right?
yes, it does have to make the save, but since Ninja kind of slipped up, we already know what that save is going to be.
No. It says
So
when you use a
nat
spell
20.
slot at second level or higher, you can affect 1 additional beast for every slot above first.
I thought it.
Just-
Give me a moment.
No.
I guess you could affect 1 addition. Oh, I guess never mind. I really don't have to do this.
Simon,
I really did not want to.
Your character can turn into a Drake. I would argue that you probably know more about Drakes than anybody else in your group. Knowing that, you'd know that Drakes are not beasts.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'm sorry, but that spell would totally not work in any case.
Well, I can still try animal handling it. And since I'm in my Drake form, I now have 32 additional hit points. Thank God.
Oh yeah, you're like at like half life, aren't you?
Almost.
Having your arm bit by a Drake can do that to you.
Going Drake form.
That makes you large
and,
too, right?
Yes.
All right, you're gonna have to squeeze unless. Well, I guess Vin can fit into your space without trouble, right?
Yeah, Vin's wrapped around my arm pretty much almost all the time, except for when I send him to go do scouting.
Are you able to slow it down or to stop it from attacking?
Well, what I can do is I can use an assortment of spells that I have. I have poison spray, I have guiding bolt, I have suggestion. That would be an interesting one.
Hmm. Those are all
I,
ranged attacks, though, so you'd be at disadvantage since you're melee.
I want to use suggestion on this Drake because I believe I still have, I still have speak with animals going. So, I mean, that works, right? With drakes, or do they actually have their own language?
I don't think it has a language.
Hmm. Okay, well, I'll use
Also,
suggestion.
Well, it does say draconic, so I guess draconic would work.
And that's probably a language I don't have. Well, unfortunately. Well, I mean, suggestion is more of a mind thing, so I can suggest something to its mind no matter what the language it's in. So I'm going to use suggestion to get the Drake to stop attacking.
Suggestion.
And that would be a DC wisdom. Checking now, checking now. Magically influence a creature you can see with in range that can hear and understand. Fuck. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to go with animal handling again.
All right.
But I do have Bardic Inspiration this time.
Roll it.
What is Bardic Inspiration? D6?
It'd be a D8 by now, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess it scales with his level.
Okay, so D20 plus D8 plus 5. Please let this work. 29.
29. Ooh. Well, all right. So using your animal taming abilities, you're going to. Well, you affected it in some way. It seems to be pondering your actions.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the others and go and say quietly, just hold for a moment. It seems to be waiting and seeing what we do. Let me try this again.
All right, Chris. You see that Traxxas has turned into a drake and is making drake noises at the other drake, which is making an expression of curiosity and confusion at this new drake that has appeared before it.
Do Drake noises sound like?
It's a lot of hissing, a lot of draconic hissing. If you knew draconic, you could make out some of the words, but to a non-draconic speaker, it just sounds like animal hissing.
That is it my turn or?
Yeah. Traxxas is like, I may have, Traxxas is trying to tell you to like stop attacking.
Well, I'll cast a guidance on Drake. Not Drake.
On Traxxas in
On
Drake
Traxxas,
form.
yeah, exactly. I was looking at the name. I'll cast a guidance on you.
For a second there, I pictured the meme of Drake like putting up his hand, like, no, I don't want that.
Now the other thing too is that I'll walk really slowly with like no like sign of wanting to attack. Can I be in the box where the snake is, or the dog is?
Daggermaw is medium, isn't he?
Daggermaw's a medium. He's on the
Yeah.
smaller side of medium, but he's a medium.
You'd have disadvantage if you're sharing a space with him, or
Finn is tiny.
one of you would have to go prone or something. Yeah, I don't think you can occupy the same space. You could move into his space, but you couldn't stay there. Unless you fall down.
If you were small, you could ride him like a mount. Like if you're a halfling. Just saying.
Okay, so I'll cast a guidance on Drake, but I'll stay closer to give these guys immunity. That way, if like let's say the Drake spits fire or shit like that, like it's not gonna start burning people.
All right. Back to the top, Vrenza.
All right. Well, I will hold my fire. I haven't moved and the Drake hasn't moved, so I'm going to aim as I guess it counts as a move. Oh no, aiming breaks concentration, doesn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Um, um, all right, I'm just going to use my action to ready action uh, a sniper shot. As soon as it makes a hostile movement, I will shoot it.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna do anything right away.
So if it looks like it's about to attack, you'll shoot first.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Morg.
Going to. Yeah, now in the. Wait, is there a door here or is this just an open hallway? Can I go through here?
The wall here has been destroyed. So there's big hole in this wall. There's a big hole in this wall. This whole area has been opened up by something very large, like gargantuan even.
Like, bigger than the Drake?
Probably parent Drake somewhere.
We're fighting a baby?
You're fighting a baby.
Maybe that's what the dwarves had collapsed the stairs for, was to keep the Drake from leaving.
You'd find the remnants of the shell of this newborn scattered around underneath it here.
Maybe the dwarves are alive and well. They've just retreated to lower levels.
Are we out of combat now?
No, the Drake is still fully functional. Morg is just like moving to look in this next room.
I'll just wait here. And I'll just lower myself on my legs,
Okay.
pouncing. But not like wiggling, pouncing, just but I'll
Sit,
be-
boy, sit. All right,
that's my turn.
Daggermaw.
The intelligence of this Drake.
Varenza will tell Daggermot to hold and be prepared to attack. So same thing, ready action.
Psia, what do you do?
So we're gonna kill it, or we're talking to him?
Oh, Traxxas wants to tame it, and it seems to have stopped momentarily.
I need more bardic inspiration.
Can I double bardic inspiration? Is that humanly possible?
You got guidance.
Most
and you
stuff in
could
D&D
have-
won't stack. You can only have one.
Okay.
I guess you
Well,
could
I
roll
mean,
both of them and keep the higher of the two rolls if you want.
I mean, I'm
Wait.
still getting a D4, a D8, and my +5 animal handling. So
Wait, did you already use your bardic inspiration?
yes,
Oh, can I give it to him again?
Yeah.
Yep, I want to give you another one.
another one.
Another one. DJ Khaled up in here.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else? Do you want to move around?
Um,
I'll zoom in on the
No,
stream so
we're-
you can sort of see the layout of the room. You are
I
behind
am-
Varenza here. You're a good distance away outside the reach of the 15-foot fire cone it can shoot.
I mean, last time I was in a dungeon and I tried to skip the party, I got stuck in an infinite hallway. So I think I'll just stay here.
Okay. You're going to hang
You
out
can
in the
stay
group.
close to me, and you'll be safe. Most likely.
All right. The fire drakeling sees this drake, and it's trying to understand what's going on here. And so I roll a int check, and it rolls a nat 1.
This Drake is stupid.
Drake. Friend.
All right. So what happens is it's a little bit spooked. It's going to get up and it's going to scrabble up the wall.
Wait, what is the Drake's intelligence score?
It has spider climb. What?
Does it have an intelligence of 3 or lower?
It's more like a lindworm than an actual dragon. It has 2 front legs, a snake-like body, no wings.
All right. What it does just there, it leaves the threat range of at least 3 of you. If any of you want to take an attack of opportunity, you can. It's climbing up the wall.
So are we just giving up on taming?
It's
Well,
possible.
Daggerma doesn't have a reaction anymore.
I made my first animal handling, so if I can just calm it down, get it to see us as not a threat.
So that's a no then. No attack of opportunity.
It's almost like Ninja's tempting us.
It didn't do anything hostile, so I will not attack.
Ninja, you wouldn't happen to be trying to tempt us to do it, would you?
Well, I'm just saying it's an option. I want to make sure each of you who can do it says yes or no. All right, so it moves to the end of its reach here, and then it's going to screech a long, high-pitched screech.
No.
So it's like clinging to the wall, spider climb style, and then it just wails.
All right, when it gets to my turn, I'll animal handle again to try and get it to calm down.
All right.
Oh no, it's calling its mommy.
Oh, I see a mommy approaching.
The
we would hear it before we see it.
The Drakeling stops screeching when you make your animal handling check against it. Again, it's kind of confused. Morg, you do not see a large, full-scale CR-22 fire drake in the adjoining room here now.
Okay.
Does baby dragon, will baby drake have intelligence of 3 or low?
No. It's got a int of 4.
No!
We already found out it had just enough intelligence not to be swayed by animal friendship.
No!
Nor is it an actual animal.
Right.
Yeah, it's not an animal. Or
Although
a
it's
beast.
closer to animal intelligence in baby form than a full-grown one, which is more like a wizard with full-on spells and everything.
So I'm just trying to get it to calm down. I even make it seem like I'm giving food to it out of my drake mouth to, kind of like help it calm down and just kind of like nudge the food towards it.
Okay, so you offer food to it again. You did beat the check. It will eat the food that you offer it without biting you this time. All right, I guess, Krias, it's your turn.
I look for treasures. I do detect magic.
You do a detect magic. In this room, looking around, and then you're walking into the next?
Yeah. Like, slowly, I'm really not trying to, like, distract this creature here. I don't want to put myself where it can try to grab me or something like that.
Oh, we're almost out of time, huh?
He gave me this opportunity. I am not letting it go.
It's too smart to tame.
Oh, look at that.
As long as I keep getting bardic inspiration, there's no... I mean, I'm already 2 up and only 1 down. So, I mean, it was a bad start, but it's working. I think, after Grimoire, we could probably call it here.
All right.
Grimoire, find it.
Grimoire cast Detect Magic. I'm going to tell you that at the far side of the room... Let's see. Do you have dark vision?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With your dark vision, you can see to the far side of the room, off in this direction in the rubble here. It looks like that was like a room that had some furniture in it. A lot of it's been smashed by falling debris and rocks. But there's like a surviving piece of furniture, and you can see that there's some things like there was like a wooden box that was on one of the shelves, and it's been smashed open, and there's a faint glow that you can barely make out. It's tiny and it's far, but you're seeing a magic glow from within that broken container in the corner of that room under the rubble.
Ninja, I swear to God, if this is a deck of many things and you screw us over, I swear to God.
Oh, why would I do that? This is a dwarven dungeon. You're not going to find a deck of many things here.
I'll go at it. I'll move to it, and then I'll try to see what it is from close and pick it up.
Okay, so there's a box that contains several gems, a potion, and a ring. The ring is what's glowing.
Pick that stuff real quick. I put it into a bag. I don't really
Endgame
count it or
potion.
anything like that. I still stay quiet. Is there anything else in this area?
I'm going to give you a note card. Hang on. The potion's labeled. It's a potion of climbing.
Okay. That varies that one.
Let's see. I'm going to go back to the same note card from before. I think it's this one. Let's see, page 1. Yeah, this is the one. I will add on page 3. There's a Tiger Eye, a Chrysoprase, a Moss Agate, a Turquoise, a Potion of Climbing, and a Magic Ring that you find.
Potion of climbing a fruit.
All right. So that's
These
your
are
whole turn, right?
dwarves.
What was that?
That's your whole turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you tell anybody what you found?
Well, not yet. We're still in combat.
All right. Well, it's your turn. You have the option. So, back to the top. It's Brenta.
Oh, we're doing another round? Okay.
You got 7 minutes left.
Oh, all right.
Is the taming it going any better?
Same thing. I'm just gonna keep I mean, this thing's gonna be in range unless it like leaves the room. So as long as I have an eyeball on it, I will just keep ready action. As soon as it shows hostility, I will snipe it.
Morg.
How high is it up in the ceiling?
So the ceilings in this room are just like in the other one. They're 30 feet high, and at the 15-foot mark, there are cross beams.
Okay, so I don't think I can attack it, so I'm just going to take the dodge action if it decides to come down and start attacking.
Oh, and its spider climbed 30 feet up on its turn. So it's like right near the ceiling.
Yeah, just take the dodge action and just wait there.
Okay. Daggermaw waiting again. And see ya.
Yeah.
More bardic inspiration.
And actually, I'm going to
See ya, you're back. Good. I need more bardic inspiration.
I was here. I left for 3 seconds. Do you really need another bardic inspiration?
He really wants to win. He wants to
Yeah,
get that
why-
pet.
How many times have you failed to check?
Just
No, he actually
once.
succeeded on the second one.
Oh,
How
yeah.
many times do you need to succeed?
He failed on the first one. He offered it food. It bit his hand. The second time, it was confused, and it took the food without biting him because he's in Drake form.
Yes, I'm actually thinking of ending Drake form and offering it more food.
The Drake form's probably the only reason that it's reacting favorably towards your animal friendship stuff, because red drakes are notoriously vicious, evil, nasty things. But only to
Right.
like things they consider food. To other drakes or to a potential parent, it probably would react like, more friendly, less hostile.
Yes, which is why this is going to be a very long and arduous tame over time, of course, over time.
What are you going to do when it gets bigger? How much food can you carry around?
What's he gonna
It's-
do
How
when
long
Drake form
can you stay
drops?
in Drake?
Right?
Exactly.
He'll be living in a while, and
I mean,
Filling
after
out.
10 minutes, he goes back to looking humanish.
This is like Mike Tyson owning tigers. It's like, yeah, you can do it, but if it decides to eat you at some point, there's not much you can do to stop it.
Right. I mean, of course I will definitely have to try and tame it in my human form eventually, but I'm just going to keep working on it. And every single time I have to go out of Drake form, I'll just leave for a little bit, come back. And of course, yes, I know that food is going to definitely be a problem, but I'm thinking if we set up shop here, hopefully the parent's not around, we set up shop here, we can definitely hunt the surrounding area for food. And I also did say that I took 2 weeks worth of food with, so I'll just need to go
Friendship
grab it.
charm the animal?
I do not have charm animal, and it is not an animal, so that would not work.
So, Long, did you do anything? You went over here? Were you investigating?
I just went over to Grimoire for the fire protection, and then I did the dodge action.
Gotcha. All right. So I made a note that on the last turn, you were the last one that went. We can pick up with Daggermaw and everybody else when we continue. I'm glad that Steam was working right tonight. I tried to play D&D last night, and it was a miserable, laggy, broken experience because the internet was dying. But it worked great tonight, so whatever was wrong, they fixed it.
I may have a +1 to my charisma there, Long, but I definitely don't have the cojones nor the necessary charisma in order to do said thing.
Wait, if it's not an animal, is it a beast?
It's a dragon.
It is.
No, it's a dragon.
It's
Doesn't count as a
draconic.
beast.
God damn it.
But I
Alright.
mean, if I do tame it as a baby, I mean, I have seen a D&D story where somebody managed to raise a black dragon baby, which is worse than red because
Yeah.
black dragons are psychotic.
And they spit
I
acid.
mean, if we get itself low enough, another sleep spell.
Good
Well,
night, guys.
Good night, Sacred Frog.
Yes,
And
I-
I'm
good
going to
night.
close down the stream here. We actually had a couple of viewers, so thanks for watching. We'll be back next Wednesday if the internet allows it. So thanks for watching. See you, Twitch.
Yes. Tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Will we tame the dragon? Oh, I get it.